All right, you guys, due to some technical difficulties, we have tried this 5 different times. Maybe it's me, maybe it's YouTube, maybe it's the internet connection. Who knows? That's why I just like I be over it, you feel me? And there's a lot that goes into anytime you're putting together some level of production, especially if you want it to have some decent quality as far as production value and all that. It's a pain in the you know what, which is one of the main reasons why I'm not a YouTuber in terms of like let me try to live off YouTube. You feel me? Because it can with enough work and diligence. It can definitely be lucrative. Not as lucrative as it was back in the day either, which is the other thing. It's kind of like I don't care. But see, if I really would have been like, okay, everybody, every Mondays, 8 a.m., have your coffee ready. This is what you're going to do. Lights, camera, action for this nonsense. Then I would be irritated. And so, till I can figure out how to kind of override it and beat the system with that kind of stuff, then this is just what it is. Um, but I love y'all. You guys are absolutely the best anyway. You come, y'all deal with me and my technical issues and all of that. And we get each other. I'm just a free thinker just like you with an opinion. I'm just a free thinker like you with an opinion I want to share. And so. All right, you guys, let me know if you're here in the chat room. JC, Winnie, Sophia. Hey, Sophia. Hey. All right. So, I'm just gonna start over so I can actually this video will be worth something. All right, but I'll make my intro quick. So, like I was saying earlier, we're on like take 5. Okay, I'm talking about um, people offering unsolicited advice. It's one thing to offer unsolicited advice, but to get unsolicited advice from underachievers, it's just something like a whole nother monster because you want to say something, you want to check them, but then when you with your sophisticated self, you don't want to get down in the mud with these people, and so that's what the main thing point is I want to talk about today. Using as exhibit A is Masika from Love and Hip Hop. I know you sophisticated people don't watch that show. Okay. But this girl has a large following, and so does the Shade Room, has 10 to 12 million followers. And they reposted something she said on Twitter that's caused a big conversation amongst college girls. And they're pissed off at this Love and Hip Hop chick who says, ladies, and I use that word very lightly, stop bragging about your college degree that you're not using. Being dumb enough to waste mommy and daddy's money to sit through 4 years or more of college just to try to do what my college dropout ass is doing is not brag worthy, idiot. I was like, what? Idiot? Dummy? What? What? How? Now, of course, I have to add context. This is rapper Fetty Wap's like fifth or sixth baby's mama. And he do got 7 kids working on 8 and 9 right now. Okay. Jay in the chat room said she on crack. She might be on crack. You know what? I didn't think about that. Oh, C said that's better than popping a P open for a check. Listen, we got several problems. Number one, it's bad enough it came out of her mouth, but shame on the Shade Room for posting this kind of stuff. Like, they need to stop doing that. They're so irresponsible when it comes to a lot of things, and they have to take responsibility. And I guess it's all about getting that, know, watches the negativity and that kind of stuff, but their core audience is not ready for that. I'm sorry, baby. Go get your shoe. Mommy will put it on. Did she spell college correctly? Um, she's correctly. But let me get to her follow-up post for the misspelling. Social media goes wild. People drag her because they can't believe that she's going to come out here and shade people with the education, seeing as though her claim to fame is loving hip hop, is Fetty Wap's baby mama. She has put out a couple singles, but unfortunately she can't sing, so that's not going nowhere. And she does have like some hair products that she sells, but I mean, that's not impressive to me. I think that's a good thing, you know, but that's not like, oh my gosh, nobody else could do that. And for all I know, she could be buying Suave at the 99-cent store and pouring it in cute bottles that she bought, you know, from AliExpress, which ain't a bad idea either. I'm just saying, I know people do that, Kylie. And so that's why that's not nearly the same as grinding and accomplishing something. And there are other things that people put a lot of work into that are equivalent or even more arduous. That's just like me saying, just because you went to the military don't mean that you tough, or don't mean you got more endurance than somebody that's in the gym like me. You know, you can't reduce being in the military to physical fitness or just one aspect. You know what I'm saying? And I've never been to the military. I can't tell you what you did, didn't do, got in or out of it. My parents were not in the military. So I cannot even tell you. I don't have enough information to try to diss or drag or speak about um you know, the value. I can't even speak. I can't even speak to the value of the military. Just using that as an example. For example, there are some men are known for being less neat. I know, of course, some guys are neat freaks, but a lot of times women are like, oh, wow, he's really neat. Come to find out, guy was in the military. He could have been out the military 20 years or 30 years. My grandfather was in the military. And he would say, you know, my father always made sure I made up my bed in the morning before I went to school. He always made sure I ironed my pants. If he would, you know what I'm saying? So those are things my father carried with him. There are so many things that you can get out of an experience when you sit there and buckle down. You walk away from your friends. You walk away from your family. It's people out here thotting it up with their fake booty on the internet while you're doing your homework, while you're going to work every day. It's people out here who then sold drugs and stripped and done or done things even worse than that. And they have money to buy a big fancy house and big fancy car and put it on social media. They're never going to post their hardship. They're never going to post what's happened to them negatively. They're only going to do things to show off because they're trying to make themselves feel better. But here's the really, really funny part. Here's the funny part. The funny part is these people assume that you care about what they care about. Somebody said, okay. For example, my grandmother is a very modest person. For this reason, people in the family would always be calling my granny when they want to borrow some money because they know she got some. Mother is not a flashy type of person. Okay. Okay. This is a funny granny story too, but this is my on the daddy side. This ain't the one from New Orleans. This is the one from California. Okay. And she has seen it all. So my grandma ain't tripping. So her Corolla that she bought in 1991 is still in mint condition. She just bought a new car a few months ago, right? But from 1991 to now, I'm talking put the car on a truck and took it to Maryland and drove it everywhere she needed to go. And after my grandmother retired, she was a pharmacy tech, lab tech, right? So she went back to work part-time and drove like 45 minutes away from the house. And, you know, she was on call and she said, I don't want to do that full time. You know, some young person need that job. I'm just bored when I get out the house, right? She don't care about flashy stuff. So it never even is, she's over it. You feel me? Now she got a new car and the other car is sitting there in mint condition. Right? Now, my grandfather, her husband, on the other hand, he is a little bit more on the flashy side, okay? And he in his late 70s. Look, I ain't even gonna play him and tell you how old he is, because you can't tell and he won't tell you. All right. But one time he went and bought a Chrysler 300 and it was beautiful, right? Silver, everything. And so I went out there to visit them, and this Chrysler had 20-inch rims on it. I was like, I said, dang, you put dubs on it? And Granny said, what's that mean? And I was like, the rims. She said, these ain't the rims that came with the car. He said, oh, no, I told them to go on ahead and give me 20 inches. Give me some nice chrome rims. And Granny said, is that why you be driving slow in the mall parking lot so everybody can see you? Oh, my. It's still funny to me. It's still okay. Granny said he driving slow in the mall parking lot so everybody can see him. I swear she missed a call and she should have been a rapper. I'm telling you. But at any rate, my grandma don't care. She is so uninterested in this car, how flashy it is, and these rims. It's at her house. She ain't even notice. It only has value to people who care. You boobs. Everybody don't like big boobs. You might be a heavyset person and you feeling insecure like you need to lose weight. Everybody don't like skinny people. Some people like somebody just like you. So it's unnecessary for the skinny people to be out here showing like just whatever it is. You're supposed to have confidence in yourself. That has nothing to do with if you're a confident person, you're confident in the decisions and choices that you make, then what somebody else is doing to be successful is not going to get up under your damn skin. And that is unfortunately the reason why so many people, and I can't just blame women, but being a woman, that's where, it's definitely a different dynamic as a woman trying to collaborate with guys. Sometimes they be on some other stuff. But with women, the hurdles that women come across is number one, girls don't even know how to be your friend without being a friend of me. Who do conversation with you. I'm talking friend, home girl. Let's go to the mall. Call me on the phone, and we'll sit there and have a conversation and throw shade at the same time. Degree? What you really? What you needed? You don't even need a doctorate. What you need that for? Or the along with what you need a doctorate for, or something having to do with that is well, to get a job because you need to have your own money because this, that, and the third, and cause you can't depend on no man. I mean, I've heard so many times you can't depend on no man, and why in the hell would people with no husband be telling me what I need to do or not do in my household, as if you really know what kind of money is running through my house, because you don't. Just because I'm not getting on here showing y'all jewelry, showing you my house, showing you my car, showing you everywhere I fucking go, don't mean nothing. Just because I'm not on here complaining or bragging about whatever, don't mean that it's not going on. I don't assume because somebody hasn't posted their car on Instagram that they don't have one. And so people to use with them just because you're not tripping, and then try to find some way to Ayanla, girl, ain't nobody ask you for all of that. This is why you bitches ain't got no goddamn friends. Now, when I was a teenager and I had to go to school with you heifers every single day, I would entertain it and just ignore it. And people really got to believing that I was nice or soft or too nice or a pushover or something. Because, bitch, I told y'all about the one job I had where a girl called me a slave 4 times and I didn't jump up and whoop her ass. It's because I pity you. The minute you start doing it, I pity you. But braving about that life, you would just specifically go on ahead and say what you was going to say, or you would just not even be my friend or don't even talk to me. I pity people who have the energy to manipulate other people and try to manipulate conversations and manipulate, you know what I'm saying? In this Masika situation, she called me a slave just because. I was working at MTV. The lady from Nickelodeon called me to do a favor for her that she didn't even need. She was trying to haze me, and then I did the thing that she was trying to haze me with was not challenging. See, she wanted me to go down there and complain about the task or half-ass it or take a long time or something so it would disrupt what I was doing or to put some type of mark on my character, which is what she was worried about. But I went on ahead and did it very quickly with no problem. So like it was cutting up some flyers or something. It was something stupid. But she gave me like 200 flyers to cut up with no scissors. And then she says, okay, I'll go get you some. So what came back with the scissors, the job was already done because I wanted to hurry up and get off that damn floor anyway. And then as she's looking up, her intern, whose job it really was to do it for her department, because I only work for Nickelodeon, I work for VH1, but this bitch is so mad. So, oh, have you met Kiki? She's my slave. She's such a good slave. Isn't she such a good slave? And she's looking me dead in the eye. She ain't looking at the person she's talking to. And then when I still don't jump up, she says, such a good slave is she. What she wanted me to do was carve slave in her forehead. But I just had a vision. In my vision, I jumped on top of her like a tiger and I just dug my nails into her. And then I started mauling her. And then I could see the security trying to pull me up and me not letting go of this bitch face. And I said, okay, that is probably not the way to handle this. So I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to go back to my desk and ponder on a resolution. Had that movie, what was it? Chronicles of the... And it was these little gnomes or something, or little fairies or something the kids couldn't see until they had a special magnifying glass or something. I don't know. It was stupid. It was a stupid ass movie. And they had all these prizes they wanted to give the executives, kids and stuff. So she calls me down there and says, can you put these together? Put together some gift packages for the kids. Okay, where's the gift bags? Oh, we don't have them. All we have is string. And it was books and color pencils and stuff of different sizes. Child, wrap that string around that shit, tied and not put the other piece on top, tied all that shit together, and was done by the time they came back from lunch and went on about my business. Then one time they called me down there and was like, can you put this stuff in the SpongeBob closet? I'm coming to work professional with my heels on. They was mad about that. I go into the damn SpongeBob closet. It's SpongeBob shit falling all over everything, falling off the... I'm be telling you, it's nowhere to put nothing. And talking about this damn closet so damn junky. Look like if you put something on top... Child, please. I kicked my damn heels off, pulled up a chair, threw all that shit up there real tight, and went on back upstairs on about my business. So by the time the slave thing happened, it was like, I already know what you're trying to do, but you're not finna get on my nerves, because by the time, if I let myself get that mad, I'm gonna be that mad forever, But once again, people think that you care about what they care about. I'm not worried about your hangups. I'm not jealous of you. I don't want your job. I don't care. I don't know if that's what's bothering you, that I don't care. I have people call and ask me for shit, or need my help, and be shady at the same time. I'm trying to do at my job. What they do at your job? That was a white girl with red hair. MTV only had 4 black people working in that building. And it was people standing around. They heard her. They ain't say nothing to her. Working for MTV is a what? Dead end job. Especially if you are a woman. All the women are executive assistants. They get tired of it. They go to another company or they go home. That particular girl ended up becoming a yoga instructor. So there's that. Lisa, hello. What are we missing? Nothing. For those who just joined, I'm talking about people who underachievers who give unsolicited advice, and I was talking about the controversy right now with Masika calling girls dumb for not using their college degree and all this kind of stuff, talking about you use mommy daddy's money and all this other catty stuff that came out the girl mouth. But she's a thought, and first of all, everybody don't want to be a thought for money. That's not a career. That is a hustle, not a career. Being a rapper is a hustle. Okay? That's a hustle. Here. Any damn time you can start rapping. Oh, I just started rapping 2 months ago and I'm good at it. Girl, that ain't no damn career. It's a hustle. Just because you can convince people to believe that what you're offering them has value don't mean that it does. And at the end of the day, it doesn't. And what's up, Jay? What you... Why are you to? With a good ass whooping. But at the time, I still wanted to work there. But then I don't know, I don't. You know, we call MTV Networks the empire of evil. And what's even more valuable is that I get to tell y'all that story. So when these liberals bring their ass on this TV screen and try to pop all of this "we are the world" bullshit, I know damn well it was 4 people working in there that was black. Because you know damn well we counted and we were scared to talk to each other. And the minute that it was a black IT dude who kept coming down there flirting with me and offering to buy me lunch and all type of other stuff, and I kept telling his ass to leave me alone. Get away from me. Because him talking to me is why they started acting like that. Wasn't even thinking about that man. That man had a woman and kids at home. They didn't care. They think he's... I mean, I ain't thinking about his ass. I'm trying to get a job. And y'all ain't here playing. That's what they do. Now, unsolicited advice, I was saying that I've had people call me and ask me for shit. Need a process to helping somebody. In business. Wait a minute. I do not need anything. I have not asked you. And then it's not constructive. So if you're one of those type of helpful ass people that feel the need to give people advice on a personal level, I'm talking about personal people. I'm not talking about generic or whatever the case is. I'm talking about you one of them kind of people who like to talk to people and get them advice and that type of shit like that. First thing you need to do is find out. Now we're talking about leadership skills again, ladies and gentlemen, leadership. That's why I ain't never had no mentor, because I don't meet a lot of people who even have leadership skills. First thing you need to do is you need to get to know me, and you need to know what my concerns are and what I care about. Because how can you mentor me towards a direction I'm not interested in? How can I? How can you do if I confided in you and said, hey, you know what? I've been doing this stay at home thing, but I just really feel suffocated and like I need to get out and I'm financially not able. It would be different if I confided in you, but I didn't. Number one. And number two, I don't have them problems. And you making assumptions based off of what your experiences are. Several people, including my own mama. Like I ain't talking, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about several people. But only I mean, if I throw the shoe and it hit. Now, some of goddamn business. But some of it is people want to establish dominance over people, or establish dominance in a relationship, or establish dominance in a conversation, when you don't need to do that. When you learn how to be on a level with people where you don't see yourself as greater than, or you don't see them as less than or greater than, then you can collaborate with some damn body. Until then, you could be doing all you think it take that you need to do, and at the end of the day, nobody ain't gonna want to fool with you. Being shady and don't know what you talk. Don't be shady and wrong. You know what I'm saying? Now, friends are doing something really trifling, and which is the only time I'm gonna give you unsolicited advice, is if the shit is just trifling, and you didn't call and confided in me. Otherwise, I wouldn't know. I don't call my friends based on something they said on social media, and then I see them in person and I want to talk to them about what they post. I hate when people do that. Hey, girl, I saw on social media that you posted that, but you didn't like it and you didn't comment on it. So then we gonna talk about it in person. This is real life. We don't talk about social media. Let's catch up. No, I don't call my friends or nothing like that. If you call me and say, girl, this was going on with this man and he do this, and I'll be like, baby, I'm getting ready to tell you the truth. Because this is ridiculous. And what their strengths and weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to understand the person and really have a genuine interest in them before you ever can consider that you want to give people personal goddamn advice. And it's too many people not to know no better. And this is and then it's so many Black YouTube who have excellent channels, right? Who say white YouTube don't does YouTube acknowledges white YouTube. YouTube allows white YouTube to get more subscribers and this, that, and the third. Let me tell you something. These YouTubers that we see with millions, not no 100,000, 200. See, I'm not in no hundred. I don't care about having no 100,000 subscribers. That comes from doing hard work, being diligent, and all that type of stuff. In most cases, unless you pay some SEO, situation. Certain people, I could look at their channel and I could tell whether or not you pay for it or you work for it. When I look at all that content on Anthony Brian Logan's channel or Lovely T's channel, they earned every subscriber. Candace is buying shit. And that's all I'm going to say about who you bought it from. Okay. Now, at any rate, these big top tier YouTubers that have millions of subscribers, they are working with each other. They are collaborating with each other. If the other person, if that means video conferencing, Skyping them in, they help each other, they work with each other. I'm sure they use discretion on who they work with. You absolutely have to. For every Black female that got on this damn YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter talking about, see, this is why I don't work with females. Okay, because, and they had all this negative shit to say about why they can't collaborate with other women. But then I turn around and they all hugged up with these men. You see, a collaboration with these women, that's really the problem is y'all. The motivational part is that we all know when the joke, like Masika, the joke is on her, we all know when the joke on you. And the trick is to not let them to drag you in it, to second guess yourself, to start feeling insecure, to start feeling uncomfortable, to start feeling like you have to compete with people on a level for shit they don't care about. Now, about me, back in 2010 on YouTube, I started a channel under the handle Avalon Wright. And I was the first one on here putting up pictures and talking shit on the damn YouTube. And I got some old videos and I could post them if I wanted to. I was the first one had celebrities mad at some shit that I said on the internet, arguing back and forth with me. Jill Marie Jones, Talib Kweli, what's that girl name? Used to be Jillian Barbary. And I didn't even have my face out there, and they stupid asses argue with a goddamn avatar. I did that just to find out how this YouTube shit worked, and YouTube was not paying yet. So when I got busy doing something else, I just went. I've had radio shows, online radio shows under several different names. And guess what? When I did those shows, I had the time to sit here, edit, do background music, several photo shoots and stuff for my group and Diamonds Radio and stuff. Photo shoots for not just myself, but my whole team, business cards, website, editing videos and intro and outro and subscribe and like, and I did all that shit. And I know how much energy and time it takes to put into it. And I appreciate people who dedicate their time to it. With that being said, what this thing does on this internet, okay? And I know what my channel is and what it ain't. And believe everything that it is because it is, because that's what it is. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm just using myself as an example so you can relate it in your own personal life. Because I'm working on other things. Talk about me working on my doctorate because I'm working on my doctorate and I'm spending 20 hours a week. Okay, 15 to 20 studying. You spend 15 hours a week doing. You're gonna talk about it. It shouldn't sound like bragging. So if it's something that you feel like you should have done and you did not do, well, get your ass online and do it. What you mad at me for? It's just people get jealous over or feel some type of way or feel a pit in their stomach start aching, their solar plexus is uncomfortable when somebody has something that they don't have. But then you ignorant enough to voice it. So now I know that you're weak and insecure. You're insecure, which is okay. The insecure part is okay. It's okay to feel insecure. It's okay to feel jealous sometimes. The weak part, how you express it. And let me tell you something, honey. Reason why my circle of friends, to quote Tanisha, my circle of friends is now a dot of my personal friends. You know, I got y'all. I love y'all. My personal friends from growing up, you know, that circle. Because when I came back with my bachelor's degree, there were so many heifers that were so angry. Not probably because they wanted a degree and didn't have one, but we would go out on say we're on a double date, or you know, we're at a pool party, or we're at a restaurant, and I've got all these interesting things to talk about. Not just my degree, but the fact that I went to school on the other side of the country and I've met different types of people, and these are different projects that I've worked on. And then my other friend, who's just as cute, ain't got nothing to talk about because she ain't been doing nothing for the past 5 years but smoking weed and hanging out with niggas on the corner. And she work, but it's not a job she's interested in or passionate about. So now you're mad at me and you're ready to go. Or you want to change the conversation to talk about sex because you can't keep the conversation to that level. So now I'm going to stop being your friend and hanging out with your ass because I can't enjoy myself. Because when you're not getting any attention, it's time to go. So you can't even be, I mean, and then the other level of it too is the girls who were supposed to have my back the most, that I'd done the most for, been the closest to, and that type of stuff like that. Don't let them get an opportunity to take advantage of you or to do you in or get one over on you or something like that, because they'll do it in a heartbeat. That jealousy, that envy is disgusting. Who wins? Who win? You can't trust nobody who is jealous of you. You better off being trapped with your enemy than somebody jealous of you. And the things I have seen jealousy do and people do, I didn't light up glass and put it in macaroni and cheese. I didn't see toothpaste and all kinds of stuff. And then people I'm talking about so damn prominent that if I say their name, they gonna have to lawyer up. Uh-huh. So no, for real, they whole Christmas will be canceled. But that's the kind of people. But they out here pretending like they is public servants, nice, wonderful, law abiding. They got the world FOOLED. You hear me? And that's the other thing too. It's like people assume they know every damn thing. It's a whole bunch of shit I ain't. I mean, I know I talk a lot for the hundreds of man hours we be sitting here on having these conversations. I got power I don't even talk about. But just notice, don't nobody never say shit to me. Just peep that they don't open their mouth. They don't say nothing. Mm-hmm. And they're not going to. I retweeted that bitch Masika and said something. I bet you that bitch ain't gonna say nothing to me. She in my city. I'm trying to tell y'all. So the cute part is that there's a lot of people around here that think that they can people can think whatever they want to think, but the agitating part is when you're trying to socialize and you want to have a social life, unfortunately, and then social media makes it even worse because people put up so much crap on their social media. Next thing you know, they start to drink their own Kool-Aid and believe they are who they are on social media. And I know y'all seen family members do that. I know you've seen family members go on and say things that ain't true. Post a picture in a pool and act like it's in their backyard, and you just left their house and damn well they ain't got no pool. So now in fantasy land, they don't want you to do anything that's going to burst their bubble. A friend, sure. I heard that. Who said that? Blog is not a chore. Amen. You should put that on a t-shirt. It should not be that hard. And I'm getting too old to work around people's shitty personality. Before, when I had the energy, I would try to motivate those people and compliment them and that type of stuff like that. People assumed when I wore a weave, it was because I didn't have no hair. I'm wearing a weave because I don't feel like combing my hair. That's why. I don't feel like doing it. And now I don't. Okay. So Afro it is. Whatever. You cannot. That's called now in the counseling world. We call that countertransference. When you take your own issues and project them onto somebody else, you lazy, somebody else stay lazy. You don't trust your man, so you trying to put distrust in other women about their relationship and their situation. And like I said, the situation with me and my husband is prime example. I am a housewife. Period. Whose problem is that other than me and his and hers? What's your problem? Stop trying to imagine how it's working. Don't worry about it. It's fine. My husband takes very good care of me. And this job come with full benefits, girl. I got medical, dental, all of that, life insurance, full coverage, girl. Too. My husband got a good job, girl. Don't worry about it, girl. Y'all shit. And stop worrying about other people's stuff. It is absolutely ridiculous. So then I want to talk about, I'm looking at you guys' comment and pull a picture that say Hyatt in the background. Right. See, Ali said that Bow Wow mentality. We're gonna talk about Matthew Knowles' book and his VladTV interview because I digged it. He said some pretty cool stuff, and I think he was being a little shady too. But Wynn said jealousy is rottenness to the bones. Truth, especially in family and close friends. This is usually when you find out who's likely a sociopath in a family. And it's like, why? Why are the people closest to you? And of course, we can come up with a lot of really good reasons, but it's just so sad. And me, I'm a Care Bear at heart. I'm a Cancer sign. I'm really a Care Bear. When I see somebody displaying some type of behavior that looks like it's, something is wrong with them, but damn, it's like trying to feed a stray rabid dog. Because when I was a kid, it's a lot of stray dogs in the hood, okay? And sometimes the dogs would be outside emaciated and all kind of stuff like that. And so I would take a bowl. Several times my daddy came outside and I was feeding some stray dog. And he would be like, don't do that. Like, it could bite you. It could have rabies. I didn't think of any of that, okay? This dog needs my help. And I'm sure that this dog can sense, which they did, This dog know they hungry, and this dog will sense that I came in peace. So it's insulting, really, now to even call these people I'm talking about bitches, because even the damn dogs knew that they was in desperate in dire need and to chill out. Right? You know what? Normally, I don't like strangers, but since you coming with food and water, and one dog was huge, ferocious, but his bone was literally sticking out. His bone was coming out of his leg. And I didn't know what else to do. And then I was like, if I call the pound, they're going to kill him. I took him some food and a bowl of some water and some dog food because I had a dog. And he ate it. And when I went back outside, I didn't watch him eat it. I went in the house. When I went back, he was gone. And the food was gone too. And I'm sure he appreciated it. It's humans around here ain't got that kind of damn common sense. Consider you family or friends. People need to stop worrying about that. You know what I'm saying? And then the other funny part too is talking about priorities and what you value. If you would trust what I'm saying to you, not based on the information or my sources, or you just recognizing, you know, what rings true to you or my background or whatever reason it is. If you're I don't want the type of people who are only interested in what I have to say if it's coming along with all this razzle dazzle shit. And the people who need all the razzle dazzle, in my opinion, those are not my people. Of course, in the case of my channel could use an overhaul. And what I'm getting ready to do too, anyway, is I'm moving a lot of these videos that's private or that's blocked or whatever the case it is. I'm gonna put those up on Patreon, and I'm getting ready to launch this website. And I am gonna give some when I get around to it, because I have the ability to do all kind of shit when I feel like it. However, in the meantime, it's like, so if you would rather somebody have the razzle dazzle than the substance, then take your ass over there. That's fine. But just know why you getting hustled all the time. That's why you're getting hustled. Because you think because something is shiny, it has value, and it don't. I don't think of substance coming out of Candace Owens. I personally feel she said the same shit over and over again. I don't feel that she's passionate about this. I don't feel that she's a real conservative in her way she thinks and her ideology. I don't feel like her approach is I don't complex enough for people who've been conservatives for a long time. I don't feel like they're getting anything out of it. And I feel like it's condescending to people who to black people, period, regardless of whether they're conservative or not. Now, with that being said, that's my personal opinion. Everybody's entitled to your opinion. I don't care if you like it or not, right? But peep this. She hopped her ass out here after Trump got elected, which is really my number one reason why I don't fuck with her. We all came out here and worked our ass off trying to get this president elected. You pop out here after the fact, still everything, looked at what all of us were doing, took what you like, and then put a team together to copy it, then spent money to get you the numbers to appear as if you were as impactful as the people that actually got the president elected. And now you didn't got the attention that your ass wanted, because Kanye West just rolled you over your ass by thinking he doing you a favor, thinking his dumb ass did you a favor. Kanye, people like myself sat up here and defended it's plenty of people. I just mean Mark Dice. It's all kind of people around here whose names you could have fucking shouted out. It's plenty of conservative people that I know damn well prior to that election that you were looking at, and Candace wasn't one of them because she wasn't around here. See? So funny business game y'all got going on. But then the shit ended up on Shade Room. And so I know for pay for play when I see it. But the funny part is now all you getting is hate and trolls. And that's what you wanted, was attention. And now you got it. So I bet not catch you out here crying. You don't want authenticity. You dazzle. Oh yeah, you know what a good you know what a good angle is. I found I could do this whole black female conservative thing. That's a good angle. Girl, good luck with that, because I'm gonna tell you the handwriting on that is on the damn walls. And when they done with you, Candace and Kelly, that's where you going, girl. You going down that Megyn Kelly train. Is the you on the Megyn Kelly train, and that's where you going. You can fool the people some of the times, but you can't fool all the people all the time. I want to talk about this Matthew Knowles thing, and then I'm gonna get off of here. Let me go back and read these comments. Camille said, "I'm no Trump supporter, but you have good content, so I listen. I'm not afraid of an opposing opinion. Plus, I can't stand Dems. Candace just regurgitates talking points." Thank you, Camille, for saying that, because I swear I was just telling my husband earlier. I said, you know what? I have a lot of subscribers who are conservatives and Trump, or conservatives are not Trump supporters, or Trump supporters are not conservatives. I also got people who are just looking for something different and are just tired of the same talking points coming out of the liberals, or just tired of hearing the same mainstream media, you know, all kind of stuff. He has an album coming out, publicity. Oh, of course. How do you deal with a narcissistic parent who competes with their children? Don't talk to him. And Keontae, I'm only telling you that because I don't talk to my mama. It's to 1,000. I lived with my dad since I was 11, so 10 or 11 years old. So it's not like, you know, it ain't even, I mean, it's sad, but I just got used to it so long ago anyway. And so as an adult, every time that I have tried to mend those fences with her, number one, you're never going to get an apology. You're never going to get an acknowledgement of the behavior. And so here's the thing that everybody wants when they've been done wrong by somebody they really, really love. They just want to know it's not going to happen again. But never going to ever give you the reassurance that you need that it's not going to happen again, because number one, it is. And they're going to continue to do it. And then they're going to continue to do it and continue to use their relationship with you as a leverage. You know, so my mom is from New Orleans, and she comes from a school of thought where you could talk to your kids however you want, and you can abuse them if you want, and you always still gonna be your mama, and it don't matter. You always their mama, it don't matter. That's the mentality. You know? And I mean, everybody always got great things to say about my great grandmother, so I don't know. But I know damn sure my grandmother's something else. Okay. And so my mom feels like she could pay it forward. Oh no, girl, because I ain't from New Orleans. I'm from California. I wasn't raised right, and I'm disrespectful. So this is what we're gonna do. Okay. Every time I come connect with you, and you still trying to serve me what you was serving, I'm going to business. I'm sure our paths will cross again. We could try again. But every time you pull it, I'm out, because I am not accepting it. I don't have no drama. I can trust. That is one of the main things about him that I love. And we have come such a long way, you know, trying to mesh our styles together of how we compromise on how we like to live and what we want to accomplish and that type. But I ain't got drama in my house. I don't know why people assume, because I talk a lot of shit, that means that I'm an angry black woman and I keep up all this drama. When I get off here, I can listen here. That's why I got so much time to be on the internet seeing what these other losers is doing in their life and laughing at them and coming on here and talk about their ass, because I ain't no drama in my life. Problems, not real ones. No, not really. Everybody could use some more money. That's about it. Because I don't keep up the drama. I married somebody that I could trust. I'm not checking, worried about his phone. I ain't worried about what he's doing, because that man is consistently where he is. Say he is doing what he said he was going to do. So I ain't got to worry about it. See, that's my priority. It was this one dude who we really liked each other. But the ass was just too cool. You know, it's a lot of guys think they could come through and they can look out for you and they gonna take you on a nice date and gaze in your eyes and say something sweetie. You just gonna be so freaking mesmerized that that's just gonna last until they pop up again. I ain't never been that girl. See? You got to do it every day, player. I don't care because you fed me yesterday. I got to eat every day. You see? My husband makes sure I eat every day. Not some days. My husband is faithful every day. Not some days, not at his convenience. I'm faithful to my wife most of the time. Unless it's, unless I'm at the strip club or it's a bachelorette party or, my old flame or something texts me. Other than that, I'm faithful. No. It don't work like that. You have to make choices to set your life up how you want. And it pisses me off when people come into my life and disrupt it, which is why my telephone is unplugged. Number one, because people keep waking up my baby. Number two, because she like to play with the phone. And number three, because I don't want to answer my phone and nobody say, I need, can you, none of that shit. All favors need to go in writing, okay? Because then people will completely forget what the initial agreement was. Shit. You tell me. So I got time to respond because I don't feel like being put on the spot. I got a bunch of stuff going on. Not drama. I'm busy. I be having homework and stuff to do. When you got work to do, sometimes you're not actively doing work. But the idea and thought of just having things to do is stressful. It weighs it heavy on your mind. With my assignments, a lot of times I write papers in my head, meaning like how I'm going to structure it or whatever in my head. I need time to think. I need time to do nothing. I need time to play with my baby. I need time to do. People just assume, you know what I'm saying? Try to occupy your time. You just can't let them do it because they'll do it to you. They sure will do it to you and take complete and total advantage if you let them, including your parents. That's what we was talking about, narcissistic parents. I'm sorry, Keontae. It's so many narcissists in my life. Oh my goodness, it's out of control. Which is why being grown is great because grown people don't have to take trash. Don't have to do nothing. And you have to reintroduce yourself. There's a period of time. And I think all people do this too because I've seen grown men get on the phone with their mama or a relative and reduce to a child or start baby talking or answering to their relatives like, you don't know how to tell your cousin and them you can't do it or you ain't gonna make it or you ain't got time. You change your mind. You don't feel like it. Because you grown. You have to. Ken said men never grow up. I mean, I'm just saying you have to reintroduce yourself sometimes to your friends and family. And if they don't like it, then they could come back later when they get their act together. But my whole thing is, I've worked on so many things by myself. And before, I welcomed the support of my friends and family. Now I don't even look for it. Don't ask for it. Could care less. Don't need it. Don't make me no difference. But what I do know is if you ever hear that I didn't hit it big, a big steal, hit the lottery, found a pot of gold, do not call me asking for shit. Just as a warning, because I am patiently awaiting the day where I get to remind everybody all of the things that they wasn't helping me do while they got their hands out. See, don't matter if you don't help. If you ain't gonna ask for shit, then I don't care. You got your own life. That's fine. But do the day of social media when it's something as simple as sharing a post. Do call asking me for nothing, because you ain't got nothing coming but a lecture. I have it already, my pre-prepared speech. And I already know who I'm going to have to give it to. That's the best part. That is the best part. I already know who I'm going to have to give it to. You want to help me do this. You want to help me do that. You want me to help me do this. Now you having a fucking emergency. Well, guess what? Your emergency is not my problem. Now, when hustler and you take the easy way out, the easy route, hustler in the negative connotation, meaning you're doing things that are unscrupulous. Stripping is legal. It's a legal profession. But it is unscrupulous for you to bend your booty crack over in front of married men for money, regardless of the fact that you need money. And I understand that. It's still an unscrupulous action. Period. It's unfreaking scrupulous. Of course, you could get on Instagram and show off your breasts and get followers and that type of stuff like that. But it's unscrupulous. Even before I was married. Well, what if somebody's husband who was minding his own business is scrolling down my page and I'm out here with my everything showing through my shirt? And he's gonna stop and look. So you can't do unscrupulous shit that people with scruples are not willing to do and then brag about it at the same damn time. What? And once upon a time, we could just ignore them people because it wasn't that often. But now our mainstream is putting the worst representation of humanity, folks and Hispanics, all on the damn front street, as much and as often as they possibly can. And you very seldomly hear those human interest stories. And even when you do, it's not even nothing. They had a story on here the other day talking about a man who helped her. This lady came on the airplane with 2 kids and he helped her with her bags on the flight and helped them get to the connecting flight. That's a good Samaritan. But stop acting like you can't find some actual miraculous, human accomplishments to cover, because you can. People do miraculous things all the time. See, Ali said, money is not worth my dignity. No, it's not. Guys, am I saying that right? I don't knock anyone's hustle. I just know what I would and would not do. Well, you know what? That was my philosophy until the strippers is out here knocking people's hustle, knocking people's education, and knocking people's work. But look at me. I got all of these followers. So what I'm doing is more valuable than what they're doing. So then it's my job to come out here and say, don't listen to that tired asshole. Because let me tell you what's finna happen to her. She's not from Los Angeles. She's from the Midwest. She's excited. These people are important to her, okay? I went to middle school. My middle school classmates were in A-list movies. One of my classmates in the 6th grade was starring with Mel Gibson in What Women Want. Ashley was my classmate. Little Rascals. Sam Saletta was my damn classmate. Matilda went to school with my sister. She almost got beat up one time because she had a bad. I wasn't going to beat her up, but I did go over there and scare her a little bit, talk tough to her because Matilda was a snob. And she was over there being mean and punking them kids like that with her roll around backpack. But when she got to the high school, she was cool. Michelle Trachtenberg went to school with her. See? So I didn't just get in no damn my SUV. I mean, no hate. But I didn't get in no SUV and pack all my belongings and go to California with nothing and be like, oh my God, I'm willing to do anything. Let me take any role. Let me meet with anybody. Let me take showers with Harvey Weinstein because I need a place to sleep. Okay. So I'm giving you a very sincere opinion when LA is going to swallow that bitch, chew her up, spit her ass right back to where she came from. World next year, but whenever she do, she's gonna go back home with nothing, and she's gonna go back home crazy. Professional hustlers that are far more sophisticated than that little girl right there. Think she fed a line to somebody and he playing her ass. He using her for the free damn publicity to keep his name in the blogs. That's the funny part. He even made a song. Fetty Wap made a song and put all the baby mamas' names in it. So that's how you know I ain't lying. We don't even hear about Matilda. I don't even know. Harriet the Spy. Oh, she's real cool. Somebody saw her on an audition and asked, "Do you know her?" "Oh yeah, I know." She was like, "Yeah, I know her." You know, it was all good reports. You feel me? Then these heifers get some damn Instagram followers and want to act like you don't see somebody. Bitch, I don't care. It's like, you're not famous. What are you talking about? I've talked to Denzel. I had a conversation with Puff Daddy. And guess what? And they walked up to me to find out who I was. Florida Hood. Why these people know you? So I'm just, and not to brag, but just to, can I just for a minute, sophisticated people, just give me a minute, because it's people who be, yes. Stop on YouTube or got Instagram or got subscribers or followers or putting flashy stuff on the internet. Don't let that go to your head to where you start talking down to other people, since y'all want to be giving out unsolicited advice. Because it's take down YouTube and Instagram, and you're not going to have shit to show for none of it. Quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. Pros. As my channel started to grow, then I get called, "Hey, come do an interview. Come do an interview." I was like, "I'm going to do an interview with everybody." And first day, I did an interview with Tammy Satamizer. And I did that interview with I can't even remember. Homeboy did the comment something with a C. Comment. I remember, maybe it come to my mind or whatever. Black dude, radio show, something. Dude was cool that did the show, but I thought it was going to be me and him talking. I get on there. He's got another dude, and it's supposed to be me versus this other person. He didn't even say that. Next thing I know, this dude is mad because I'm a Trump supporter. So he's calling me all these coons and talking to me disrespectfully. I'm not used to men talking to me like that, because I don't talk to men really in that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on jumping on YouTube. I ain't been on social media talking to men. I ain't been talking to people in in my DMs or on Twitter, or I had not been doing any of that. You niggas asked me to come on your show, and I get here, and now you're using this as an opportunity to to transfer all of your negative issues towards Black women and aim them directly at me. Then once I do that, now I got all these trolls, because their audience, watch where I'm going with this, their entire audience is full of people like them. Sodomizer, I can say I learned from that experience. Thank you. You know what I learned? All numbers ain't good numbers. What good is it going to have you? What good does it do you to have 200,000 lazy, worthless, woman-hating, self-hating, man-hating, people hate, kids hating, crazy, stalker, bored ass subscribers? What's that gonna do for you? Need to do something you're excited about, they're not going to support you. When you're ready to shift gears, they're not going to support you. When I want to get on here and talk about something other than Trump, I can do that with y'all, because y'all are not on one track. Or like the person that just said, I ain't even no Trump supporter. You feel me? We can switch gears with no problem. But when you are feeding the BS when you're on the BS train, you have to keep it up. If you and your claim to fame is being mean or whatever, shade, whatever, you have to stick to that. Look at Wendy Williams, who is like at the pinnacle of what she does. If it wasn't for Wendy Williams, we wouldn't even have gossip blogs and hip hop and with the tone that it is. Wendy is very much an innovator. But Cynthia Nixon on that show, when they tried to sit down and talk politics, I couldn't do nothing but giggle. It looked so ridiculous. M says what Masika said is sort of equivalent to what Tammy Rivera said about women who leave their men. Said about women who leave their men for cheating are weak. Exactly. You're weak. Tammy, No real man is ever going to date you. You're not about nothing. That's the sick, sad part. You have to date rappers. And guess what? Not conscious rappers, girl. Not J. Cole and J. Electronica, girl. You got to get the trap stars. You know why? Because you don't bring enough to the table for an intelligent man who has respect for his time and energy. Is not going to have time to sit there and explain to you what he means every time he uses something larger than a 3-syllable word. He ain't going to have time. He's not going to have time to want to talk. Like I said, you lead with sexy. You got a big fake booty. You got big fake titties. That's cute. And for men who are only interested in that, y'all will probably do just fine till somebody else catches his attention. But somebody who needs a little bit more stimulation, girl, you can't get on that level. So there's no point in you talking about relationships, cheating, or men at all, Tammy, because you're going to get cheated on for the rest of your life because you don't deserve the kind of man that don't cheat. Let's stop acting like every woman is a victim. Some of you bitches deserve to get disrespected because you don't respect yourself. I'm not surprised Offset cheats on Cardi B, but cry about it because she know what she into. Like she said, I ain't no angel myself. You know what, Cardi? And that's why people like you. Keep it real, girl. It's one thing if somebody is deceiving you and you're in a relationship with some narcissistic, sociopathic asshole who is pretending to be one way. And you know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you to found somebody just like you. And like we talked about the other day, you permit what you promote. You like trap stars. You think it's cute. You think all this little thotty stuff is cute. You might not have plastic surgery, but all your friends got a fake booty. Guess what, girlfriend? You are not sending out no treat me like a wife vibes. It don't matter how many, girl, you can put a single on iTunes. It doesn't change. It's got nothing to do with the fact that you ain't got nothing to offer no grown man. Sorry. You have before you can be real with another person. And a lot of people can't do that. Waka Flocka seems like he got a chromosome missing. What you doing here, guys? I've been subscribed to you for years. I didn't know you listened to Kiki. Oh, well, am I out the loop? Let me see. Am I subscribed? This thing is tripping, but I'm gonna make sure I subscribe to you also. If y'all got channels and stuff, make sure you guys let me know. Waka Flocka seems like he got a chromosome missing. A lot of them do. And you know what? Waka Flocka ain't the dumbest of them, actually. As far as dumb rappers go, Waka Flocka really ain't even that dumb. Problem with Waka Flocka is that as he matures, and he is interested in things like, for example, I saw them do a Breakfast Club interview and they tried to get deep and talk about police brutality and that type of stuff, and he was full of answers and she hadn't even read the headline. She didn't even know what was going on. So he might just be cheating on you because he's bored. He's bored. He's bored with you, but watch this. But he can't do no better because he only got a little bit more to offer. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more to offer. When I used the Nicki Minaj tone. All these girls is right. Oh, goodness. Hey, don't pull my cord out, little mama. I'm sorry, I'd be yelling in your ear. We are sophisticated. However, we love our ratchet snack. I mean, I'm just saying, because we see these ratchets running past us all day. All day. I'm minding my business, and it's like, Kim Kardashian started a lingerie line. I'm on Fox.com at 6 a.m. calling myself trying to find out what happened in the world today. And you're giving me Kim Kardashian and starting a lingerie line? All right. Let me get through some more of these comments. Try not to get off track so I can talk about Matthew Knowles and then I got. but most of it anyway. Matthew Knowles is shady, and I think I'm enjoying the shade. I don't know. I did a live stream at a podcast that got picked up by InfoWars, and my chat mobs had to ban a whole lot of people that day. I bet they did. You know, and InfoWars is just, it's 2 million of them. So they can't, at some point you can't help it, because I can't say the entire InfoWars audience, or like, I wouldn't even try to generalize the InfoWars audience. I don't know why mainstream media does, because you really can't. But somebody like Tammy Sotomizer, I'm generalizing them. You still listening to him on you. And you know, I didn't know how big of an ass. I had seen suggestions or maybe seen a video clip here and there. I didn't even know that was his MO and shit that he thinks that it's cute to do. Is try to get popping off of other people's channels. Sorry, okay, I was doing an audio check. Pick phone. I rip on the daily, many money. Say many, many, many. How many mics do you rip on the daily? Music. If you're a musician, send it to me so I can have music, please. Because I need it. I need music. Jay said, wait, what happened? I don't know what was going on at that moment. I'm sorry. That's a common theme on YouTube. I hate when people say fans. I'm like, you just, I'm like, except you're on camera. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're saying, I'm like you, except you're on camera. Exactly. And I don't, do I say fans? I don't say that, do I? I don't think so. I try to say viewers, you know, because just because you're viewing me doesn't mean you're a fan. Like, a fan is a fanatic. A fan is a fanatic. To subscribe to my channel don't make you a fanatic. Come on now, that's ridiculous. Just because you support somebody. I like the terms viewers and supporters. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jay is a supporter of the show. Became 4,000% happier when I realized everyone is one, out for themselves, and two, full of shit. Basically, I got to see what you talking about on your channel. Do we need to collaborate? You want to do something? People know the cost of everything and the value of nothing. Oh, goodness. Ill films. Put that on a t-shirt. Following the real world, people put way too much weight on their anonymous internet accomplishments, to be honest. Okay? There's a lot of people out there who don't know what dignity is. That's right, King Sir. Oh, hi, or hi. Well, you said J-Y, so J, that's like H, like Heinz. Family would treat a stranger or co-worker with respect when they're being mistreated. Trisha. I didn't have people. I'm thinking about somebody in particular. To get cussed out. I'm telling you, not cussed out like you MF this, that, and the third, because when I'm actually really, really mad, I really, really need you to hear what I got to say. When I'm telling somebody about themselves, I know how to keep them on the line till I get it. You know what I'm saying? So this one person will always make me lecture them on their character. Okay. And this person has a lot of people fooled. You know, I've known the person since childhood, and they've built this professional persona that people are buying online. But I know their mama, their daddy, you know what I'm saying? Bald-headed granny. I will sit here and tell this person something about their character, And this person will tweet it. Or now, what I'm telling them, they don't have no acknowledgement to what I'm talking about. They're defending their actions. They right, I'm wrong. Then turn around and tweet what I said to them as like it's some type of inspirational quote. Of course not to give me no credit, like it came from their own head. I have seen people quote things that I have said to that person. You know, I learned this from so and so, and I'm like, what? I told that person. You know what? So you can, but never acknowledge and never say I'm sorry. Never say you was right about this and that and the third. But just over here, just trying to figure out how to sound like you know what you're talking about, trying to absorb information. And oh God, people just be so sneaky and just up to just no good. People are getting next to you like they cool with you just so they could try to absorb something so they could use it for themselves. And it's like, you don't need to do that. You should be able to collaborate. It's not that serious, but I guess it is to them. Sweetheart, my sandal on her foot. The problem, she has this infatuation with shoes. We went shoe shopping. And now she want to sleep in the shoes and walk in the shoes all the time. And she's got into my shoes. And I wear a size 10 in women. Okay. And obviously don't fit, but you know she mad and she want me to put this shoe on. And it's a heel. I am not going to Children's Hospital, okay? I do not know. It's never gonna stay, baby, because your foot is too small. All right. Ill Film says, does taking Kiki out on a third date count as hitting it big? Oh, I don't even know how. You know what that means. I've been there before back in my 20s. It's a new day. I heard that. Surround yourself with lions or walk alone. That's another great quote. Y'all just, yeah. I should take some of these quotes from our chat and quote y'all and post it. Some good stuff. True. Put it on yourself. And it won't let me show more of my chats. I'll go back to the bottom. Kiki, why do a lot of people always seem to keep a victim mentality that liberals encourage? That's how they want to live. And that's how they want to live. And there are some conservatives that I'm seeing do it too. I don't know if they're trying to flip the script or what. Y'all give me 30 seconds. Hold on real quick. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Come on. Bye. Mommy's spilling milky. Mommy gotta make one-handed bottles. No. No cheats. Here. And a bottle. So you set. Huh. Oh, you don't even want this now. Now you turned the puppy pads off, rolling all over the remote. Yeah. Turn off your puppy pads. Okay. Is that better? Give me one more second. You so fast, little mama. That's why I need some music. That's why I need music, guys. So I could take quick breaks, you know? So if y'all are musicians, somebody did send me a gospel song, but I'll be on here cussing too much for that. So I'm gonna have to save that from my PG rated shows. And then oh yeah, send me one too. Do you mind if people use clips of your videos and repost? No. My daughter, me, high heels. Oh, obsessed with your high heels. Yeah. That's right, girl. Get that shoe fetish because I'm telling you, she just melts her daddy. Oh man, it's just, I'm like, wow. Girl, finna work this. Go ask daddy for some money so we can go shoe shopping. And don't say mama said. Go ask. Now you gotta tell your audience to no, you gotta tell that audience to smash that like button, or how else will they know? Well, I just assume y'all on YouTube all the time. And then on top of that, I'm like how these things, what is user friendly and what's not, and how do people respond to certain things, you know? But that you know, I'm gonna get a somebody do some graphics for me, and then it'll have all that in there. I gotta, if anything extra is gonna happen, because I have so much work to do. Some conservatives think they're being persecuted by a weird conspiracy against them. I mean, everybody is like really extra suspicious these days. Um, Telly said that's why I don't subscribe to many people on YouTube. I also hate when they subscribe, or probably, I'm assuming you're saying when they ask you to subscribe. If people like you, they will hit the button. The constant reminder is annoying. It comes off to me like that sometimes too. I think there's a way to do it, a tasteful way to do it real quick, but however, it works. You know, it is a tactic that works. The link on Drudge goes to InfoWars, though. Oh, Drudge. If you don't respect yourself, you won't respect others. That's right, Terry. Another good quote. I like InfoWars on occasion, but Alex Jones goes over the top with that Busta Rhymes energy. He does. Am I saying it right now? Alex Jones goes over the top with the Busta Rhymes energy. You know what I do like about Alex is he goes out and gets his own sources, and he goes out and he does his own reporting, and that is journalism. That's real journalism. So his personality, if I'm in the mood for Alex Jones, I'm in the mood. You know, sometimes I'm in the mood to get pumped up, or sometimes I'm really pissed off and I want somebody to listen to somebody gonna match my pistivity, and I can always count on Alex Jones to be just as pissed off as I am. Certain YouTubers give their viewers names like Blank Squad or Team Blank. Oh, well, y'all gonna love this URL name. This the name I came up with today, or somebody sent it to me. Y'all gonna love it. Well, and copped it and everything. Y'all's gonna love it. Y'all gonna love it. In the audience that were spamming Nazi things because I'm so edgy. I don't tolerate that shit. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Truther channels use InfoWars for references a lot of times. And he's been here so long. Anthony said, want some music. Anthony, you got some music? What you got? That's why Alex too if I'm mad. Like I watch his David Hogg videos. Exactly. Where you send me the link at? Okay, email me. Email it to me. thekikigreen@gmail.com. I'll type it in for you. And if you guys are artists too, send it to me. It's not my music, it's from a local artist in my area. Okay, well, just tell them I'm gonna play it so that, like, just tell them don't put a copyright, give us a copy strike. Can you give us a hint? The hint is I started off trying to do something to incorporate my own name in it was the initial, but I ended up going with something that applies to us all because that's really what I wanted to do. You know, this website is a place where we can go without censorship. Okay. And there's a forum on these topics that we talk about. Now the ratchet stuff is not on there as far as like pop culture and stuff like that. It's all politics and we can have a conversation in private. One of my concerns starting, I'm not saying I'm psychic, okay? But I'm like, I'm an empathetic care bear. And sometimes the handwriting be on the wall for certain things. After Hillary was elected and they started with this Russia, Russia, Russia. Okay, well, I read The Crucible. So I saw you with the devil. I saw you with the devil. I saw her with where everybody gets accused. Like the Red Scare with that Russia thing. I said, I seen The Crucible. I know where that's going. And so the next was Pizzagate. And people were reporting on this heinous but with real good, hard things, evidence that needs to be looked at. Can I prove that you're a child molester? Maybe not. Can I prove that you have, pedophilic artwork in your damn pizza shop or in your home? Yeah. Yeah, I can prove it. Can I prove that Amina Abramovic, or however you say her name, can I prove that she's writes in blood on the wall, or at least fake blood, and has parties where they eat body cake? Yeah. Yeah. Got photos. Where what the frick is the conspiracy? But then YouTube started censoring those people after years and years and years of you allowing people like if Kesha can go on stage and drink blood out of a heart, if Snoop Dogg can shoot the president in a music video, why are you censoring a news story? Once again, I've seen The Crucible. I know where this is going. So in terms of news, there are things that I want to talk about, but I have other professional aspirations outside of this. And number two, I choose my battles. I'm interested in having conversations with you guys and sharing information. Okay. I am not Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Do you understand what I'm saying? So which cause it is that I think is worth that. But if you ask me, if I'm going to be out here ready to fight over anything, it's going to be these kids. Even over the political stuff, what the hell is going on with these vaccines? I'd be like, if everybody is so all of a sudden brave and fearless and prepared for martyrdom, then why are we not marching on down to the CDC office? When you ready to get the CDC together. In the meantime, I'm in my house and commenting on what I'm looking at. Same thing y'all looking at. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm still glad that I voted for Trump. Still. And I'm going to do it again. I'll tell you that right now. But am I about to be outside arguing, fighting with anybody? Hell no. You know why? Because I got one vote and you got one vote. unless you an illegal, and then you got no vote. Probably unless Hillary and them come pick you up, and I guess they trying to get them a vote. But the point that I'm making here is, we all got to vote. So I'm not gonna go outside and argue and fight with these people. I ain't arguing, fighting with you over no statues and no Starbucks and none of that shit either. I'm in the house. Why? Because there's no riot going on in the house. See, I can't be involved in a riot if I don't go out to the riots, can I? No. So, if you got that kind of extra time where you could just afford to be rioting and shit, I had no idea it was so many of y'all about that life. How about we just stop for a second and really think of one actual worthy cause? Like, I don't know, how out of control this abortion situation is. Regardless to whether abortion is legal or illegal, these marketing practices, I think we can agree, are out of hand. And I think we can also agree you can't market to young girls promiscuity, so customers, and then sell aborted fetuses. That is unscrupulous. Period. Unscrupulous. No, don't do that. That's bad. Don't do that. All of these fake mad ass people ever really want to put some intention behind changing the world, call me. Okay. But what a bunch of hot air and people trying to be on TV looking for, you know what I'm saying? In real life, without the camera and without the social media, a situation like that Starbucks situation doesn't even happen, because they would have been too scared of what the police was going to do to them when they did show up. If you ask me, because if you was really professional, you wouldn't even be in there if you wasn't a customer. Starbucks is wrong for being petty as hell. Whatever your policy is, it needs to be consistent for everybody. And the manager is wrong for allowing a situation to escalate, because when they came back complaining about the other guy got to use the bathroom, then you should have just let them go and use the goddamn bathroom. It's not that serious. And the police is wrong for letting Starbucks use them like they damn Securitas. The police is not your personal on-call security company. You cannot make all these silly ass rules that you don't have no manpower to enforce, hire a bunch of teenagers to treat people any kind of way, talk to them any old kind of way. And then when you can't diffuse situations because you are unprofessional and unskilled and untrained to do so, call the police, who show up with guns to solve these disputes, especially since I can't call the police when y'all cheat me. When people found out Starbucks had been cheating them on how much coffee they put in the venti, could we call the police? Excuse me, 911, 911. Technically, you robbed me. Starbucks is stealing my money. When I go get my car fixed and the maintenance, the man working on the damn thing tell me I'm going to need certain work done, and I give them $800 and come back to pick up my car, and all the hoses are sitting on the hood of the car, and the man tell me, oh, well, you need all your hoses replaced, and you also need this, some other shit I don't even understand. This is a true story. And that's going to be another $700 that I don't have. Well, how about this? Because you said the car was running when I called you. You said you had fixed those things and it was running. So please put my hoses back inside my car. I'm going to take this car home and park it. And then, I'll revisit this later, because that's, I spent all my repair money that I got, bro. He told me no. No, I will not put your hoses back in your car. Now, this happened in Glendale. In Glendale, it's a whole bunch of shady Armenian mechanics, but it's a whole bunch of real good Armenian mechanics. And I had a Saab, okay? You got to go to somebody who know Saabs. And this guy had a Saab mechanic shop. So I didn't know if this was the really good Armenian mechanic or the shady Armenian mechanic. Well, I took a chance. Turned out homeboy was shady. He had all my hoses on the top of the damn hood. He wouldn't let them go, right? So I go home crying. And my roommate says, I'll go up there with you, right? It was a guy. He says, I'll go up there with you. So we go up there and he brings a camera, but it was a real camera, not no camera phone. So he's like, she told me that it's some hoses and like whatever. I don't know if it's like a water pump or whatever. He was like, what she's telling me that you're saying needs to be done, that's not even no $700 job. Anyway, you're trying to take advantage of her. She already paid you. All she wants is for you to put the camera back. I mean, put the car back the way it was so she can go home. He's like, no, I'm not putting it back. She needs to pay me to fix it. New repairs. It was so ridiculous. And then he's telling the guy, get me off the camera right now. So the man, the mechanic, and tries to snatch it from the dude. Okay. So the dude punches him in the face. Now, I don't know this guy like that. Okay. It was like it was 4 of us in the house. He was the only guy. It was like 2 other girls, and I hadn't even been staying. I literally been staying there for like a week. Okay, but at any rate, I had no idea that he was gonna take it. He knows, but dude really deserved to get punched in the nose. Do you know that bastard called 911? Not scared. Okay, I'm just terrified. So, what happened? I called my grandma, and my grandma was like, some kind of way my grandma ended up paying for it, and he ended up fixing the car, the bastard. But he damn sure deboed us out of that money, right? But when the police showed up, they separately. They didn't arrest and the guy that punched him in the face was black. They didn't arrest him. They took him across the street. They watched the camera footage. And they came and said to him, well, yeah, he did punch you in the face, but technically that was assault when you grabbed his property. So you can go on ahead and press charges if you want to, but he has the right to press charges too. And so both of them decided they didn't want to press charges. And then I ended up getting my car fixed anyway, but oh God, whatever. The point is, you can't call the popo and say advantage of by this mechanic. You trying to rob me out of $700. I got to take that to small claims court. Even though he ain't get it back, I didn't authorize these changes. I ain't signed nothing. So for that reason, it's not okay for y'all to antagonize people and then call the police and treat them. And I expect, and I don't know what we would have to do to support this. I know police have to support local businesses, but I expect the police to start putting some type of buffers and measures in place. Maybe getting some officers, we talk about peace officers, maybe get you a branch of officer that's just like just to negotiate or something like that, or like, diffuse situations, because everything don't require somebody got to get arrested. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's wasting a lot of resources. Well, I mean, just imagine so Starbucks is calling, how many of those calls do police officers, I don't even know, but do you guys know how many them kind of stupid ass calls? Dude, we're praising that white guy for yelling at the cops. Yeah, you did the absolute minimum. Securitas. Jay, you seen them Securitas uniforms? 911. Yeah, we got somebody in the lobby that won't leave. If you don't stop using my tax dollars for that bullshit and get you a security. Now, T-Mobile know they full of it. T-Mobile knows they full of it. They know their prices is high as hell. They know they be in there gouging people. T-Mobile know they be putting out specials, and when they get through tallying you up, your price is always 3 times more, whatever that special was. T-Mobile know, so they pay for a security guard. They know they got phones on display. They don't want to get stolen. They pay for a security guard. Starbucks, if you're going to be in there acting snooty and people, you can't sit with us. That's what you should. You can't sit with us coffee. And you going to be acting bougie. Then That is not what the police is for. Shame on you. And then the police out here apologizing. I'm sorry for Starbucks. The shit was so stupid. They should not have arrested them kids. What they should have did was call the sergeant. Sarge, this is a really minute, petty ass, ridiculous situation, and we're only trained to handle it like crimes and emergencies. And this, sir, is bullshit. Sir, how do you handle bullshit disputes? Because they got us on camera. I'm scared we're going to end up on TMZ. The sergeant or watch commander would have gotten in his car and he would have driven to the scene. And I know that for a fact because I didn't call them my damn self. Excuse me, Sergeant. I'm being harassed right now by one of your officer. What's your call number? Where is he supposed to be right now? Is he supposed to be harassing me? Well, what's going on? Well, this is what happened. And then I gave him all the information. I don't have nothing. I ain't didn't doing nothing wrong. And he's still here. Ma'am, I'm more than once. More than once. One time in LA, the police had my brother and all his friends. It was 6 of them lined up against the wall talking about they smell weed coming out the car. And them boys was not smoking weed. Man. And it was an African cop. African cop. I don't know, but the African dude was by himself and called backup. But he was like, I smell weed and all this other type of shit. And it was in my car. So I knew damn well what he wasn't. I knew my brother wasn't in my car because we had already had to talk about it. And he knew I would have took the keys. So at any rate, I called the sergeant. So I treat you all because actually one side of La Brea is my jurisdiction. The other side of La Brea is, that other whatever. You know what? That's not my jurisdiction, but I'm going to call over there and call over to the other jurisdiction. And the sergeant, who just so happened to be black, showed up over there and we got everything rectified. Them kids went on about their damn business because you don't have no probable cause. So at this point, now you just harassing them. They shouldn't even be out the car. They got valid license, driver's license, registration, all that type of shit. You just acting ignorant because you bored. You see? And that's what those officers should have done. So this is a professionalism issue, And as much as we want to defend our law enforcement all the time, you have to remember that when we're talking about a lot of these patrol officers ain't been on the force that long. And these kids was raised up on power rangers and gushers and you know what I'm saying? This ain't like when you was growing, this ain't your Mayberry. This ain't Mayberry. Shit, something's wrong with all these damn kids. And now they didn't grew up. Okay. These are Montana. And now they are police officers and attorneys and professional people. And they wasn't raised right. None of them were raised right. This is why it's looking the way it is right now. And it ain't no couth going on. I'm just telling you, I'm just saying there is a big difference between talking to somebody who has been on the force for a long time and talking to somebody who has been a cop for, it's a total, I mean, of course that's experience. Or people lack effective and civilized social skills, so they expect the cops to have them. Exactly. See, Ali said African cop. Mm-hmm. He was doing the most. He was like, the music is up too loud and I smell weed. I said, I know you lying because this is my truck and the sound system is jacked up. So what are you talking about? Because my brother was in the other car meeting him at the park. So I knew damn well, I didn't even have to smell the car. I know damn well he's not going to smoke in the truck. I just told him, don't smoke in my car. I know he's not going to smoke in my car on the way to see me. It's just not that, my brother is not that type of person. Some people, I probably would do it anyway and then spray the car. But he ain't that type of person. So I knew he was lying. Because I know my brother. Shit. Say, people do it all the time. African cops, the lineage of those who sold us in Africa. And he sure was trying to sell them to jail. He was like, I know if I look at them hard and stare at them hard enough. And then my brother had one big mouth ass friend. And he just kept talking. He was like, we wasn't even smoking no weed. I ain't smoke. I mean, he said, I smoked at the house. I said, shh. The sergeant's on their way. I'm here. You wasn't even driving. Can you stop talking? And this fool had on a big ass I love weed t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't be so extra. Dude, you know what I'm saying? Damn, player, be more smooth. Be more smooth about it. These kids ain't got no finesse, man. This kid gotta have on a I smoke weed t-shirt. Them kids are grown up a lot from then. They thought that story was funny then. I didn't think that shit was funny. It was funny. Yeah, I was mad. And I was mad at them cops for they gonna tell me ma'am, this is a narcotics investigation. I said, your sergeant on the way up here, Mr. Narcotics investigation. Talking about you smell weed. It's a narcotics investigation. And we across the street from a weed dispensary with a big ass 12-foot green cross on it. I don't know what planet you think this is, homeboy, but you gonna learn today. No, went on about their business. Ain't nobody playing with these people. You supposed to, you gonna run into challenges out here, especially if your ass is black. You can't be just like always surprised. Have you some solutions on deck? You feel me? All this we finna. I mean, maybe hopefully it works. Okay, for those people who have that tactic, but I'm gonna tell you right now, they could put all the laws in place that they want to. That's not gonna stop. Some of these things. That's why it's been going on for 800 years. There's nothing you can do about it other than deal with it when it's you personally. You understand what I'm saying? How are you gonna handle the situation? What kind of respect do you command? And I had any opinion, I had to look at them too. Hell, let me see what they look like. Do they look like they want to? Do they look like they came in there to rob the joint? But they didn't look like thugs to me. They was just in there acting bougie over a damn bathroom they don't own. Sometimes bad fast food smell like a bad batch of weed in your car. Well, that's an prepared. Either way, I don't like Starbucks. Starbucks don't like Christians or conservative anyway. Well, and I mean that's the other thing. As all of this is happening, some kind of way they tried to make Starbucks a conservative company to fit their narrative, which they couldn't do. So it just helps then for people like Ben Shapiro to come out and say something ignorant. I ain't even seen what he said. I heard Ben Shapiro basically try to defend Starbucks or act like it wasn't that big of a deal. He don't know when to shut up. It would do him service to just some of these topics being just shut up. It's not necessary for you to comment on every single thing. Like I said, trying to get numbers. Don't start now. That's pandering. Don't try to pander. Because if the way I see it, we could find fault in everybody involved. Okay? Don't pander though. Because now the mainstream media uses that then to act like, oh, see, and the conservatives are siding with Starbucks when we ain't been fooling with Starbucks. We ain't fooling with them. And as far as I'm concerned, the McCafe coffee tastes the damn same. By the time you did put all that caramel milk and cream in there anyway, ain't no coffee in there, no way. Kiki should be a judge. I'd love to be on that jury. It would be epic. Man, I ran away from law. Because, you got to be a lawyer first. And I just don't want to hang out with criminals. It's nothing shady. No shade. I wish y'all, I don't know, may justice be served. You feel me? But you can't work for the defense without helping people because they incentivize you to get everybody off, regardless of whether they, you can't work prosecution without pressing innocent people. So it's a dirty job. Just make your own coffee. Exactly. Well, I just learned that coffee runs up your blood pressure anyway. So coffee. It was the Kiki Green at Gmail. Yeah, just I don't know if there's a space between the and Kiki. I mean, there isn't a space in my email. I don't know if if you put a space in your comment because of that orange highlight thing they put over there. But I can check and see if let's talk about Matthew Knowles real quick. All right, so Beyonce Daddy wrote a book, Racism Through the Eyes of a Child. And he's talking about how he grew up in the deep South and all of that good stuff. He talks about, well, you know what? I'll do you one better. I'm gonna pull it up. I think it's worth it for us to listen to this. Matthew Knowles says some incredibly insightful things. And also in water, I felt like he's shady. I'm so tired of hearing that girl name. I'm not even gonna go there. We're gonna have to talk about that another day. I just don't even want to start that. Oh goodness. Marsha. Jesus. Who said that? Jan Brady? I feel like Jan. Marsha. Check these and let me know if you guys can hear. Just making sure it's not playing yet. I'm muting the commercial. And it's not letting me skip through either. Okay, VladTV, I see you. Get your look on. All right, let me know if you guys can hear.
All right, here we go. Matthew Knowles, welcome back. Hey, welcome. I'm glad to be here. Thank you. Big fan of everything you've accomplished so far. Well, we work very hard for it, but it's always about a team. And I've been fortunate to have a great team over the years. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the key to everything, pretty much. Yeah, it's not I, it's we. Mm-hmm. Now, you have a new book out called Racism from the Eyes of a Child. Well, let me tell you about that book. My first book was DNA of Achievers. And, I really struggled which one of these books I was going to write first. I had Racism from the Eyes of a Child in my head. It's kind of like an artist that has a song in their head. But the times really kind of dictated. And as I look now and I see the impact of racism is having on all of our lives, I thought it was a perfect time to write the book. And it's really about, who we are is really crafted, sculpted by our family. So first and foremost, I wanted to go back and research my family, my family heritage. So I went back as far as my great-great-grandfather, and Calvin Moore, born in 1824, slave.
He was actually born a slave. So, okay, 1865 was the...
1820, Emancipation
Proclamation. 1865, he was born 24, so he was 40-something years old.
Exactly.
When he was officially freed.
Exactly.
But not really.
Not really at all.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons I wanted to see, because, again, I wanted to understand my heritage, my family. The other thing that I wanted to do is to begin more dialogue about racism, about a term I talk about in the book, colorism. And I wanted to just begin more and more dialogue about that. And so that was the other reason. And then lastly, a word I use called social courage. And I wanted people to express more social courage. I'll give you an example of social courage.
the kids in Parkland down in Florida, where they had the gun shooting in the school. Those kids exemplify teenagers. I think 1 million people they're expecting today and tomorrow in D.C. on this march. I mean, the day of the shooting, these kids did social courage and started talking about it and telling, our politicians that they were not going to tolerate their views on gun laws. And if they continued that view, they were going to ensure they didn't get reelected. That's social courage to me. And often we can be in the marketplace, we can be in a restaurant, anywhere, and we hear racism, sexism, homophobia, negative comments, xenophobia, negative comments, and folks don't say anything. And I want folks to begin to understand social consciousness when you hear somebody comment about racism, that you say, hey man, that ain't all okay what you just said.
Mm-hmm. Now you were born in 1952 in Alabama.
A little town called Gaston, Alabama.
Gaston, Alabama. The Deep South.
Deep South. George Wallace was the governor.
Okay.
Segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. That was his platform when he ran for president.
Right, like we deal with. Now, in your book, you said that your mother would tell you, don't ever bring no nappy-headed black girl to my house.
Yeah, which was wrong. That was an era in the South that a lot of black women felt, women of color felt.
Are y'all listening to this? You better listen and watch it again.
Would tell you, don't ever bring no nappy-headed black girl to
his
my house.
mother.
Yeah, which was wrong. That was an era in the South that a lot of black women felt, women of color felt. And she consistently said that, and I internalized that. And because I internalized that, and because I was one of the first blacks in junior high, one of the first in high school, University of Tennessee, I dated white girls when I was a kid. Because I internalized my mother saying, don't ever bring no black nappy-haired girl.
Well, I mean, that's kind of interesting because your mother, is she dark-skinned?
Kind of in the middle.
Kind of in the middle.
Kind of in the middle.
So was she saying don't bring home a girl that looks like her? Or darker than her? Or what exactly?
As a kid, I internalized it to be even darker as her, or her color or darker.
So what was really going through your mind when your mother is saying don't date someone who looks like me?
I internalized that was ugly, not attractive, not the right person, type of girl that she wanted me to date or have a relationship with. That's how I internalized it.
Okay. So you started dating white girls?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What was that like? Was that happening in high school also or no?
In junior high.
In junior high?
Junior high school. Because I was one of the first blacks at a junior high school. It had 600 whites and it was 6 blacks.
So here you are in the 60s.
Yes.
A black guy in the Deep South.
Yes.
Messing around with white girls in an all-white school.
Go figure.
How did the school take to this?
Well, I was smart enough not to let anybody know.
Okay. Okay, so nobody knew. This was a secretive thing?
A secretive thing in high school. Fairly secretive. I share in the book some experiences where the principal and my coach found out that I was dating a white girl, called us both into the office
daddy.
and scolded us deeply.
Thank you for giving it back. Good
that was prohibited.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you, good
baby.
baby.
I actually went to the same.
It was actually prohibited?
Okay.
Well, yeah, prohibited.
I mean, by
there
law
were
or just?
Yeah, there were laws just until, God, I guess the 60s or 70s or 80s.
Well, the Loving versus Supreme Court case?
I don't remember that law. I don't remember the name of the law. I just remember it was around the 80s that you were
okay,
you could marry. You could date, but that you could marry.
Okay, yeah. So Loving versus Virginia happened in '67.
Okay.
They just did a movie about it also.
Yeah. So I was born in '52. So it's that.
Okay, so you're actually.
I would have been 15.
You're actually risking jail.
Yeah, I would have been 15. So yes.
Wow.
So
So
junior high, I would have been 13.
Yeah. So you're not meeting these girls' parents or anything else of that sort?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And in the book, I talk about this area of town called Nakalula Falls. And then when I got to high school, in junior high, I played basketball for the first time. And in high school, I became a better basketball player when I first, in the 10th grade. And by the time I was a senior, I was a basketball star. And so, actually, you can imagine being the black basketball star. We've seen movies of that, what that would look like in a all-white school.
Mm-hmm. So you attended the university
first box and played basketball on scholarship there.
But then you got caught with a white girl.
I did.
So did they kick you out of school at that point?
Well, I was about to get kicked out. I was about to get kicked out. The coach actually met with me, sat me on the bench my sophomore year until we played a black school that he wanted to beat. And then he let me in a game, Tennessee State University. It's amazing how that works, is that, you shake hands with the devil when you want to beat them, right? And so he let me play in that particular game, and I did well. But fortunately, we had scrimmaged a little small black school. Larger schools scrimmage small black schools or play them in an initial season. And this coach at Fisk University whispered in my ear, because I played very well scrimmage, that if I ever wanted to go to Fisk University, to just call him. And I remembered that.
So you transferred to Fisk?
Transferred to Fisk.
But Fisk had the brown paper bag test?
Brown paper bag test.
This is a real thing?
Oh, absolutely. It's a very known thing in the black community.
Because I remember
bag test.
I remember Azalea Banks was lightening her skin at one point, and she was talking about the brown paper bag test and how black guys respect brown paper bag.
Well-known fact.
I had never heard of it until she said it. I didn't realize how far back it goes.
Yeah.
So they pulled out a brown paper bag?
No, how it worked. This is I transferred in 1972.
Okay.
And it was the last class that they did the brown paper bag. They would ask you for a photo you had to submit with your registration.
Now, Matthew Knowles is a very well-trained, this is just a media training note. Matthew Knowles is an excellent public speaker. He's trained, he's got experience, he knows what he's about to talk about. He's gonna get his points out, he knows what he's doing. And so Vlad is on his game too. This isn't like if he's talking to one of these little rappers or something. So I don't know if he really doesn't know about the paper bag test. I don't see how he could have been involved in hip hop this long. And I'm not sure. I don't believe that he doesn't know. But that's here nor there. If you're in a situation with somebody Matthew Knowles isn't being cagey, but we want to pull more out of him. And so that's a good interviewer tactic on Vlad's part to say, okay, really, I had no idea how far back that went. I didn't know. I've heard of that before, but I didn't know that it was not playing dumb, not like that, but really, I want you to get in and talk to my audience, not assuming everybody knows about this paper bag test and what colorism is in the black community. So I just that little bit right there. Okay.
And they would put the photo up against the brown paper bag. And now I look back and say, man, you could have just
liked the photo,
or take the Polaroid. They had Polaroids back then, so you could have manipulated the photo, but I guess people didn't understand that. But that's how they did it.
But did you pass the brown paper bag?
No, that was the exemption were athletes.
Oh, because technically you wouldn't have passed.
I would not have passed at all. But athletes, we exempted from that.
Oh man,
most of the athletes were my complexion that I played basketball with. Football, I didn't play football, but the football players.
Okay, and Fisk was a primarily black school?
It was all black, 100% black.
So you have a 100% black school that would not admit dark-skinned people if they were not athletes.
Do you hear this? Do you hear this? Do you hear this? So why does keep talking about race and keep talking about why? Why? Why does it matter if it's Colin Kaepernick or if it's Shaun White or if it's what's Jesse Williams? Why does it matter? What is? There's a difference between Jesse Williams and Tyra Banks. This is why it matters in our community. And the effects happens down the road. When you have all black, you think Fisk is not even. Fisk is a good school. Fisk ain't even Hampton and Howard and Spelman and Morehouse. So what do you think that they were doing? And how long did this go on? How long did black people say you got to be this complexion or lighter in order to go to this school unless you're playing sports? Since everybody want to hop their ass out here and want to talk about who racist, I don't mind a conversation about racism, honey. But if you blame white people and I'm finna let everybody else off the hook, y'all got me effed up. Okay? I done seen a Korean lady shoot a little black girl in the head. It was all over. It was the biggest thing in LA when I was a kid. Over some orange juice in a damn store. I done been kicked out of stores, but I done heard all kind of stuff by people that ain't white and black folks. Oh, well, but it's the white man's fault because the white man created the racist institution in the first place. Explain diversity. This clip was made on March 31st. While everybody out here issuing apologies, Fisk, I want an apology and answers now. You can where that came from. Elaborate. Let's get down to it. Y'all don't want to talk about race. Why do you think I hate sororities? We're going to get all the kids from decent families. That's light skin. Get together in a group. We're going to look out for each other. We're going to keep each other paid. We're going to keep money circulating. Then here we go. People keep pointing to those people saying, look, black people are making it in America. And when you go to looking at a lot of these entertainers, a lot of these news anchors, a lot of these black folks out there, you'll be hard pressed to find one that's not in one of these boule organizations and or passing the paper bag test. That's light skin don't know what they're talking about. My daddy light skin and he's pretty militant isn't the word, but he took African studies and all that type of stuff and all, you know, my daddy could do all of that with you. So we still checking. Because who was responsible? And then years and years and decades go by, and then it's all these light-skinned people with money, and then these black girls is running around here without the information and still struggling, or whatever the case it is, or out here doing certain things, and they're like, oh, look at those niggas can't get it together. All the solutions. Listen to me, vote for me. I can tell you what to do for them. And they the ones help put your ass there in the first place. Do you understand? The Deltas and the AKAs ain't never, can't never, won't never, ain't never did nothing for me, directly or indirectly. There's been no positive in my life from having known you motherfuckers, other than an inner. This is the only thing I can come up with. Oh, when we moved into campus, the frat boys came and moved our luggage in. But I'm not sure if they did that because they was trying to holler at the new freshmen or what. So, you know, but we're going ahead to give them that because I'm fishing. That's all I got. That's all I've seen you do. I haven't seen you do nothing. What y'all really doing is picking and choosing. There's aside from whatever's going on in the country, there's a whole nother group that's deciding, okay, in America, you can do certain things. In America, there's just certain things people can't stop you from. Or certain opportunities where it's like, okay, well, yeah, we hire Black people and then we're going to make sure it's only us. How is that? So I hats off to Matthew Knowles for talking about this for real, and seeing how much we need it and how much he's contributed to making it worse, and his guilty conscience because his daughter pushed it forward, and he know it. And she's not doing it on purpose. It's not her fault. It's just all the perfect ingredients. In this country, people are fascinated by biracial people. People are fascinated by people, even not just in terms of light-skinned Black people. You know, you see somebody with dark hair and blue eyes. That's interesting to look at, okay? But it's a lot of different factors in the perfect storm that especially when it comes to Black folks. If you want large corporations to put their money behind it in the same way they do a Madonna, a Justin Bieber or something, you ain't getting that for anybody. So when your package got to be perfect. When I watch the Tonight Show, I see bands on any of those late night talk shows. I see groups, and Jimmy Kimmel and all of them, they ain't no better than when it was just Letterman and Jay Leno and even, you know, people before that. It's rock group after rock group I never even heard of. Every time somebody Black pop on that screen, it's an artist I know. And I listen to all different types of music. But an indie artist with no real, like not even no like real cult following, or like they got some subscribers or some followers or some type of viewership, of course, you know, or people that go see them. But the R&B acts with that same level of, they can't book the freaking Tonight Show. When I sat here and watched the Oscars, they did a montage. How long is the in memoriam montage? Is like 3 minutes. I turned to my husband, people out here complaining, we must be doing good. Because according to the Oscars, only 2 Black people die for every 50 white people that die. So to the Oscars, since y'all so inclusive, since Hollywood is so inclusive and we just don't see all this inclusivity, but y'all got all the answers, then you're telling me that Black people are represented in Hollywood, then how is it possible that only 2 of them worth mentioning died in a whole year, but you got 55 white people that have died? Where are the people of the other races? Asian, there was no Asian, you know. So then you can't, so y'all can't give nobody no lecture. And consent too. Stop running away from the race conversation. Stop being defensive about it. None of you all went and got no slaves or had no slaves from nowhere. I'm very cognizant of that. And it's fair for you to say anybody who can't come to the table understanding that is irrational, and I don't feel like having this freaking conversation with them. I feel like this is the best time to have the racial conversation since you and your parents didn't have no slaves. Or your grandparents. So now we should all be able to really have the conversations, because we have to iron out some of these structural things that have caused the internal divide in our country that has now allowed us to treat foreigners better than we treat each other. And if you really look at it, when those Black people that popped up in all those new movies that got represented, they're not American though. Those white people pay attention to how many white people went up there and then opened their mouth and had an accent, you was like, damn, you ain't from here. Winning the Oscar for the sound and the lighting and the artwork and the cinematography and all of that shit. They're not American either. Are y'all peeping this? So what it's coming down to now is anything is better than Americans. That's how we're treating each other. And that's not cool. To do that, one thing we got to stop doing is feeling like I am more entitled to whatever just on my social class, because racist class in this country. So we can't sit here and say, because I'm light complexioned and white people are, let's just face it, it's the white man's country. It's the white man's world. So therefore, let me use what I can to my advantage. And stop or look down on darker people. That's exactly how they behave in South America, in these Latin countries. Reason why I'm not interested in their plight. Because underneath all of that Latino pride is a whole lot of rejecting and ignoring the fact that you're Black. Some of you. Some of you straight up Black. Hispanics. But for whatever reason, y'all don't have that country. Like Amada La Negra came here and said, we don't talk about that in our country. In our country, we didn't have a civil rights movement. Okay, well, listen here, boo-boo. We have been hacking away thing. And if you want to get on a metaphysical level, I look at it like the earth has an immune system. And when there is an illness in a pervasive way that humans are treating each other and destroying each other, we have to work it out. And the only way that you can work it out is for the white blood cells to go into the problem affected area and get rid of the BS. When I listen to all that racism stuff and history about racism and slavery and all of that, my personal experience with liberals in California, in Burbank, I dealt with a lot of racism from kids saying racist things. Rather, the proper word for that wouldn't be racism, it would be bigotry. That it was coming from their household. I got called nigga every single day. And we talking about in like 98. Okay, I got called nigga every day till I, start getting aggressive. But that is a whole nother story. It's a whole nother story. So I don't need anybody else to tell me what is and what ain't and whatever. I told y'all earlier about me getting called a slave. My father is way lighter complexion than me, and he done dealt with it too. Which is why it's a lot of light-skinned people that know exactly what time it is. Okay, but I'm just saying, you got hustlers out here. You got hustlers out here. You see what they doing at Howard, where all of a sudden all that money came up missing. This is a Black school taking advantage of Black kids' education. And then let a Black kid take the fall and get his reputation and name slung all through and still ain't said nothing. Behavior as Black people from each other. I deal with y'all. I did. Let me use past tense because I done moved up out the ghetto. But usually, in terms of our family and our environment, we deal with each other before we deal with anybody else. We got to leave our neighborhood or go out of our way to deal with other people, including white people, regardless to whatever the system is. My immediate and battles have been with people who look exactly like me. And we can say all damn day long, that slavery is responsible, but I don't think that's an excuse. I think some of y'all own it. That some of the crack is definitely a lot of people's problem. And some of it is just integrity. And I am tired of, just for the sake of staying down, acting like all Black people is treating each other the way we should. We be doing a lot of disrespectful shit. Black women, we don't, we walk past each other. You understand what I'm saying? Or how many of us then dated Black men and just on some, and they just try to take complete advantage in a way. An egregious, greedy, kind of narcissistic. It's a lot of disgusting behavior that needs to be dealt with. And it just skip over that and jump going right on back to talking about what on every little instance. Like I said, if y'all want to go march down to the CDC, that's one thing. But what you're not going to do is sit here and pick fights with Starbucks and every little mom and pop and all that bullshit. Don't call me about your little Starbucks incident. Handle yours like how I handle mine. That's not no national outcry. That's called the boy who cried wolf. Y'all are grown ass men. And you have a penis. So what you could have did was pissed on the building and got in your car, which is what I would do. If I had a penis, I would pee on everything. Oh my God, you know how long it takes to get in a girl bathroom? If I had a penis, I'd pee anywhere. It would be so, my life would be so much easier. I'm like two guys. They can pee anywhere. It's fine to grow. I don't want to hear that shit. We're not going to teach each other how to engage in public, and you call yourself a businessman. I'm thinking these are thugs running around here talking about we having a meeting, but really you just wanted to use the Wi-Fi and go to the night. And I understand that. And I would understand in that case, you pressing the issue. You really need to pee and get in there and take a bird bath or whatever case it is that you was trying to do. No, you in here talking about your business, then you should have $4 for some damn coffee, Mr. Business. Word games with me because I want y'all to be on your business and not looking for excuses to be half-assed and mediocre. And my that I was saying is on the West Coast, I dealt with so much racism from so-called liberals, closest to Hollywood as you can get. I drove past Disney Studios and Warner Brothers and shit on my way to school. We used the equipment in my classes. Okay, I developed film in a dark room from fucking scratch. And developer, I know how to mix developer. Give me some cyan, some yellow, some magenta. Hello. I scratch using the equipment that they used to donate to us. I dealt with ignorant type shit from the administration. Now that's racism. If I go and ask you for my transcript and you tell me what you need transcripts for so I can apply to college, well, you don't need to worry about applying to a university anyway. You should just go to a community college. That's racist. You're my guidance counselor. I'm in here for a transcript. You're trying to stop me from doing that. What her reasoning was, there's no, I have no idea because I got into all the schools I applied to. So if she had some constructive to say, the bitch was wrong. Quite obviously. 3 degrees later, can we say? She tried it. But then I go to the South, down the street, some of them have Confederate flags, people talking different, got a Southern drawl, wearing camo and all that kind of things I wasn't used to. And guess what? Everybody's so freaking friendly. And if I got stopped on the side of the road, who would pull over for me first and say, pretty little lady? You got that little flimsy little rent. Let me hold on real quick. Hold on. I got a real jack back here. You just hold on. I'll get that tire fixed for you in no time. Who gonna do that for me first? And I done had some raggedy cars, so I know the damn answer to that. So-called rednecks help me before my own people. So will the Mexicans. And that's therealtruth.com. For real, homie. Don't get it twisted. Don't. Because I didn't have some jalapenos, okay? In LA will wear down any car. LA will tear your car up. And being at the light go green, my car won't move. Mexicans at the door like, put it in neutral. Next thing you know, I'll be on the curb, and they be like, bye. And I've seen them do it for other people. One time my cousin left me out the club. Went in the club and didn't come back. I don't know. They was doing something shady. Went nowhere with her ass since. Left my car keys in her car and had my car parked somewhere else. Well, my car was at home or something like that. Like girls in there. I'm like, excuse me, can I use your phone? They're like, yeah. They're like, why you out here by yourself? What's going on? I'm like, I came out here with my cousin and her friend. She acting funny. They didn't say no more. Where's your car? Well, my keys is in her. I'm at home. Well, where you live at? I stay off Overhill and Verdun. We in Hollywood. If I didn't have people do me like that too, I will take you home. I was like, you ain't got to do all that. Just let me use your phone. I called my dad. She was like, no, listen, it's my homegirl birthday. We turning up. Okay, forget what their bitches on. Forget shit. They was like, forget what your cousin on. They tripping, girl. It's my homegirl birthday. We turning up. You need to come with us, okay? Child, we went across the street, party all night long. And then when we got in the car, they was getting ready to take me home. My punk ass cousin called me, and I ended up hopping in the car with her. But they was gonna take me all the way home though. I'm still dead. My people don't treat me like that. My own damn cousin left me at the fucking club. I'm coming to celebrate with some shit with her. And generalize people, as much as we talk about different politics and that type of stuff like that, I don't understand why we can't separate what's good for America from our individual interactions with people. Illegal immigration is ruining my country, okay? Whoever, obviously, all y'all, I don't really know what to tell you because you're breaking the law. It's like I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. That don't mean that all Mexican they ain't this and they ain't this and they ain't that. It don't mean that. I don't feel that way at all. I don't have nothing to do with none of that. Matter of fact, y'all work too damn hard, okay? And it's a problem. Because you ain't citizens and you're not demanding the lifestyle that we want because we ain't working that hard no more. Okay, it's a new day around here. So don't be bringing that, I understand in your country, y'all got to work hard and all that type of shit like that. We working for respect out here because America also is real easy to start a business. It's real easy to operate a business. Y'all think we had mafia and gangs and that kind of stuff. No, we don't have really people coming down to every single business and shaking you down. You can start a business and be an entrepreneur and get employees and go incorporate, and the state and the government in this country will trust you using the honor system for you to treat people like you got some sense and pay them what you agree to pay them and not take advantage and not abuse them. And because we have that honor system in this great country, half the damn business owners are abusing it. Fine. So this is why we can't afford you hard working, long suffering people over here, because all they're gonna do is take even more advantage. So that shit gotta stop. It's nothing personal. It's business. Okay, that's called being a scab. You know, we fought for our labor rights around here. And by we, not me. By me, we meaning Americans. We have something really unique going on. And actually, it's not perfect, but it's really not that bad if people would just try it. Just try to do what it say. In after you adhere, if our country, how about we just do what it's supposed to do? Like, let's make guns illegal. Well, shit, murdering is already illegal. Think about it. Murder is illegal. So I shouldn't have to ban guns because you already not supposed to be murdering people. Am I tripping? No way. What if we all just came to the table and followed the damn laws? I'm not asking for you to do anything with immigration other than what you were supposed to have been done a long time ago. This bright idea to build this freaking moat around the damn country. And, you know, he can do what he want to do. But if we just followed our existing laws, we wouldn't be having half these problems. Don't be mad at me because I want to enforce it. And then if you're mad, if you're really just mad at America and you just hate America, if you hate, this is what liberals do. They complain about everything that makes America America. If you hate this country, that's fine. Admit it. Admit you're an anarchist. Admit you hate this country. Admit it. Stop trying to wrap it all up in this pretty little package and serve it like on this self-righteous, we are the world's government, one love, save the children. We just care about everybody. We want to, like the CDC, you know, we want to make sure that every child around the world is healthy. That's why we're going to go to Africa and we're going to pay their corrupt leadership to inject their kids with foreign substances and use them as guinea pigs, doing something that is not permitted here in our country because we got laws against that. Thin ones that are barely there because Americans ain't paying no attention. That's learned behavior. Our family has trained us not to trust each other. I am innately, naturally I'm naturally a trusting person. So I have learned the absolute, I'm telling you, it just got to the point where I said, you know what? Giving people the benefit of the doubt has never worked for me before. So coming off like I'm overreacting or I'm extra, or I've decided that I don't even care. I'd rather not be irritated. I feel personally, if I'd rather you step on my foot than to get on my nerves. Get on my nerves, okay? I like my sanity. I like peace of mind. I like peace. I like not having drama. I like to sit around and talk and philosophize and all that. We can chit chat. We can do that all day. Y'all know I can run my mouth all day. Just don't get on my nerves. That's all you got to do. Don't be trying to be slick. Nothing's gonna get on my. What gets on my nerves the most is people doing shit like I don't see them. What part of psychologists and don't you understand? You know, your word you use, counselor, whatever the hell. I mean, goodness for Christ, for crying out loud. Just because I ain't saying nothing don't mean I don't see you standing here trying to Jedi mind trick me, trying to do the Matrix. I just don't always have the energy to respond to it because I don't care. They're not American values. Well, they hate American values, and they're so greedy that they want to open up other people who don't have the protections of the United States to their abuse. Because we have standards, and we're not allowing you to treat us any old ass kind of freaking way. And regardless to Black people's history in this country, regardless of what this country, regardless of Black people and white people's history in this country, us being Americans, we have more in common than we do with the rest of the world. Because it's not like, oh, they're far away, but their country is just like ours. People come in here with all type of weird shit going on. You wondering why the pedophilia is running rampant. You wonder why, like that booty shit, that booty shots, that's not something, getting a fake ass, that didn't start, that's not an American thing. Why do you think it's called a Brazil butt lift? Because they got nice booties in Brazil? No, boo, it's because you can go down there and get cheap plastic surgery. And just in time for Carnival, everybody all of a sudden got a nice ass. It's that come from other countries. And people are going to bring their ideals and stuff with them. It's not necessarily trying to stop that. But if we don't have it should still be okay for us to establish what is American. You telling people they can't fly American flags. You're not going to sit here and then on top of this too, you have to remember, like I said, Black people are America too. Like Langston Hughes, I too am America. Did you read that, Masika? Did you go over to Masika? Did you read I too am America, girl? Do you know? Oh, child, look, Langston Hughes, I too am America. Our internal situation and our civil war that we really went to war over the whole thing. But on top of that, America's contribution to the world, not individual companies like the CDC going doing sneaky shit. Okay, but we have sent American citizens to war to save other people several times. Sometimes we've gone and done things for money. Sometimes we went to go be the hero, and sometimes it was a little bit from column A and a little bit of column B. What can you do? What can you do? Okay. If you hate America, tell me, what country do you love? What country do you love? Especially you gangbangers. What country do you love? Because it seemed to me like, I'm telling you right now, if I had a bunch of felonies, first opportunity I got, I would leave the country. Anyway. Bunch of felonies. I don't understand that. I be getting about it. If another. Okay. With that being said, y'all sit here and continue to get in trouble, continue to get monitored and violated, and you participate in this situation, in your own captivity, constantly. Yet it never occurs to you to leave this country, yet you got the nerve to be mad at the president. So I want to know, Mr. I don't have no passport and can't get one, which country is your favorite? But who was that just said, okay, I'm going to let convicted felons vote? Do you love him now? Do you love him? Did you say thank you? Who contributed to that? Are any of you the ones who brought it to his attention or said, I think you? So just like we was talking about with the relationships, it's the same thing as being so-called woke, conscious, helpful. I don't know if you think you a freedom fighter or what the hell these people call themselves doing it, but you got to be on that every day. You need to be on that. Are you about that? Because if you ain't about it, cut it out. When things happen, they all come crawling to us. They all do. Faye said, I love this country. I couldn't imagine living anywhere else. It's far from perfect, but I still love it. I heard somebody say London. London's a great place. Oh, you would love it, right? I'm like, okay, London. That sounds cool. Let's go visit. I'm watching the news. They're like, yeah, you know, London has I don't know, but some kind of smog index that measures like the toxins or something in the air, and it's not supposed to go over a certain amount by a certain time period. And they had already went over, and it was like the beginning of the year. And they was just talking about how toxic the air is. And I'm like, I never knew that. You see? To complain about, but nobody's stopping you from packing up and moving either, or visiting somewhere else. But if you out here going to be allowed to get a passport to do shit, can't go nowhere. And then you want to get mad and talk down and argue and fight with people that are trying to tell you how to avoid putting yourself in a position, well, you will be stuck here whether you like it or not. To be quite honest with y'all, first thing when Trump said, I'm building a wall, I was like, good, then they can't get in here. And then I was like, well, damn, then I can't get out. What if I just decided I wanted to rob a bank and drive to Mexico? How am I going to get over there? I'm just playing. What happened at Waffle House, y'all? I don't even know. I heard a guy goes in with the AR-15. Did anybody die? And he was tackled, is what I heard. And I've been waiting to find out if anybody was injured, because if not, knife, that's insane. They should visit Venezuela and think their life over, chasing down cows and rocks to get food for their family, eating out of the trash. They come running home. Look. Vlad did an interview with Akon that was good too. See, Vlad, I like this kind of stuff. Like you said, like transitioning, you know what I'm saying? But he's well-rounded enough to say, you know what, today I don't feel like talking to ratchets today. Today I want to talk about money or whatever, finances. And the person he's talking to, he'd be able to articulate, they can have a conversation and meet a variety of people where they are, which is, something Masika will never be able to do for girl. Matthew Knowles in that interview went on to say that dark-skinned people, if they came from prominent families, would be allowed to go to Fisk. And then in the next video, he talks about how he thought that Beyonce's mom was white. And he says that it was in a club and it was dim. He said, but he thought she was white. But coming to find out, he was like, she was black on the inside and out. But then he also let us know that Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, he said that one side, her grandparents live in France. So, no, she really is biracial. It's not like she just, because he was like, what is she supposed to be, Creole? Vlad asked if she was Creole, and he said, yeah, and if those people lived over there or whatever. The grandparents lived in France, okay? So check that out. Another interesting thing came out about how he was making $200,000 a year working for Xerox, and then he made his first $1 million with Tina Knowles with her hair salon. Okay. So I find it problematic for people to come out here and, free McMill and want to be trying to be hood. No, I teach these young people that are watching you what what black girls learn when they grow up in a household with that kind of money. That's what you should be presenting and serving us because of what's going on in the ghetto. And that's all I've been saying. And I'm gonna lay off of Beyonce's ass, but that's all I've been saying about that. And the po baby, because her daddy sounded like he tired of her too. Low-key, he threw so much shade. Vlad asked him about the Super Bowl backlash she got, and he said, "What backlash? I didn't hear nothing about that. I stopped following what she was doing after I stopped managing her." Basically. And ain't no way in hell he didn't notice all that ruckus going on after that Super Bowl. So, you know. But once again, he's seasoned and he know how to not talk about something too. Okay, he pulled him over. Talking about, I don't know.
About for a long time was the whole lighting of Africa. And I feel like
this is Akon. And like I said, check on the wall. If somebody died at Waffle House, then I'm gonna look into it. Otherwise, you know, goodness gracious. Because Waffle House is freaking see anything in there anyway. That shit don't even fucking surprise me.
Bro, Vlad, like I thought they was living in luxury.
Hold on. Everybody's gonna enjoy this. Talking about our country. This is Akon from Africa, and his perception of the United States when he came here. And I believe he moved. He moved to St. Louis.
Now, one thing I've been wanting to talk to Akon about for a long time was the whole lighting of Africa, and I feel like it gets so little publicity. You know, so let's have a real conversation about that, because you grew up in Senegal, West Africa, and I heard you actually grew up without electricity.
Yeah, none. No electricity, no running water. I mean, it was one of them, like, when I came to the United States and I saw how poverty was, you know, like, they claim to be projects. Bro, Vlad, like I thought they was living in luxury compared to what poverty is back home. So it was kind of one of them things where I couldn't understand why people didn't appreciate that. You know what I mean? Because it gets a lot worse. So for those out there that's always worrying about, you know, saying they living hard and life is not, believe me, you got it a lot better than a lot of people around the world. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Akon, for that message. And I encourage you all to watch that video. Akon got $1 billion, $1 billion Chinese credit line to put solar panels produced by the Chinese in remote parts of rural Africa where there were not electric lines for political reasons. Because he says it gets real political when you're talking about electricity and gas and stuff. And he didn't want to get in over his head. So he cut a deal with the Chinese and was able to give his grandma and then like 15 other countries, give them solar panel electricity, which is a much better option anyway for people who live in Africa where you got all that sun. That just seems like a great idea, doesn't it? And if you can't take the materials for all of that, I mean, they might even be able to produce some of that stuff themselves. While Beyonce was 18, because she must have tried him too. Listen, that mama and Beyonce and that daughter then ganged up on him and did something to him. Because he is letting them have it. And he feels so guilty. And all I heard, sir, was I should have never got mixed up with that woman. And he's beating himself up for the mentality that he had. And she light-skinned. The problem is that his ass is shallow. He was shallow and got with somebody who was shallow like him. And then he grew up. And she grew probably up whatever direction she went in. And then you see what it is. You know what I'm saying? Four people died. I have mental time to deal with extra drama, people, family, or otherwise. I am not here for it, okay? I agree with Trisha. Oh, yeah, I saw that. All right. So Waffle House. I just kept saying Waffle House, and I'm just like, and then it was like, guy goes in and saves people. And I'm like, no, not another one, you know? So the mom is the real handler. No, the father's the handler. The father was the handler, and then they broke free. That's all. Handler, and they broke free. But it was like, let me tell y'all, okay, because I'm not psychic, right? But I could just look at people and tell you their whole life. All right, so this is what's happening. This is what happened. This is just to keep it 100. He was shallow. He got with Tina, and she's not dumb at all, but she's a very ambitious. Yes, Kiki. Yes, see that lexicon. Yes, she's ambitious, and that's what he likes about her. But she is, other than that, not really interested in like this conversation, not really interested in education, politics, not reading the newspaper, not into that. She wants to do hair and makeup and clothes, which is fine, but that's not nothing he's interested in. So she likes to spend money on whatever, and she feels entitled to spend however she wants to, and you know, fine, but she does not or did not she did not give him the financial control. He felt like, this is all my startup cash. I'm the one who invested in this. These are my ideas. I'm the husband anyway. And on top of him just being kind of weak flesh and shallow too, and he was out there cheating and partying too hard and enjoying his success and his fame and the popularity and power. Remember, Destiny's Child has been around since the 90s. Regardless of how many interviews we see Matthew Knowles do, I'm sure when he walks in places, he's getting respect. Respect he wasn't getting from her at home. And so he got disrespectful. And he continued to get disrespectful. And don't let Tina Knowles fool you, because she could get with your ass, see? But they kept it together for the image and all of that kind of stuff for TV, which just made him more disrespectful. That's why she divorced. That's why when he got them bitches pregnant, she said, oh, I got something for that ass. The divorce, he didn't care about the divorce. She got remarried in 5 minutes to a sly silver fox. And every time you see her, she dancing the way. His daughters, who are spoiled and shallow, Solange and Beyonce. Solange ain't as shallow. And she's a Cancer. Beyonce is a Virgo. They motivated a little differently, motivated by different things. Solange ain't so much. She likes her privacy. But look, grown folks' business taking their mama's side, as they should. But he feels like he's ganged up on, and especially with the level of success that they have, that they would have never got without him. His feelings was hurt. But when they let it get out to the media, that's why he out here on their head like that. And letting it be known. Matthew Knowles has a PhD. He is a doctor now. All the conversations we be having about them, these are the same things that's going on in that man's head. Which is why he very professionally got on here with Vlad for an entire hour and said the exact same thing that I'll be saying, but just way more respectfully. Here's the video on here where he even says, 90% of the women on the charts are light skinned, my daughter included. They put a budget and support behind lighter complexion people that they would never give to somebody who was not of a certain complexion. Why would he even that? He is apologizing for perpetuating the that keeps Black people in their own self-imposed prison. the difference we have with white people, that it's the understanding issues we have, gaps or whatever. Listen, like somebody said in here, I should write a memoir. Listen, I got some stories. I've been in some very remote places of this country. Okay, ended up in some. I've been to bars in Bluefield, West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? And had conversations with all kinds of people. And be able to find common denominator, common ground, etc. But as Black folks, if we don't learn how to talk to people, then how are you going to solve the problem? If you don't want to get along with white people and you just want to be on some Black nationalist, Pan-African, we don't need white people, separatist, to do that too. But don't call me when they put your ass on the Black identity extremist list. I don't want to hear it. Life. I had told y'all about Tommy Lauren a long time ago. She's immature. She's immature and she cannot handle the trolling. She's too freaking sensitive. So BK is disappointing. They hurt his feelings ganging up on him, and I see that look in him just because I know I've hurt my dad's feelings. You know, I know that look because I was raised by my dad. Like I just know how men deal with. First of all, men feelings, they either mad or their feelings is hurt, and the type of shit. Now, if it was the reverse, the mama would be angry. Different things that hurt women's feelings don't hurt men's feelings, but the same thing work in the opposite too. You could joke with them, really joking like that hat too big, and they would really feelings really be hurt, depending on who was coming. And I just know that look, and they hurt his feelings. What racist is to Black people. That's so ignorant about socialism and communism. People don't know shit about the real world. Exactly. And I can't even expose you to it because you have already ruined your opportunity to study abroad in college, Masika. You have already ruined your opportunity to go to college. You've already ruined your opportunity to get a passport. So I don't know what the fuck you want me to tell you about the fact that you don't like this country, nigga, because you stuck. It on ignorance, age, the mama wasn't there, the daddy wasn't there, because you ain't got to be that old to realize you don't want to be poor for the rest of your life. And guess what? Some generational wealth. Some cultures come here and they start businesses and hire everybody in their family, and everybody always got a job. Some cultures, 20 people could live in a house together. Some cultures, real entrepreneurial, real crafty. You know who we talking about. Some cultures, like this one I'm in, if you don't get no education, you assed out. Good luck. There's a lot of billionaires and people who've made billions of dollars without a college education. Name one that's Black. Name there, not Jay-Z with the I'm gonna put my 500 million with her 500 million. Not that I'm coming the highest on the 4. I got 800. They counting by the dollar. Every dollar that come in, they like counting it up, piling it up, trying to get to this billion mark so they can say, I'm a billionaire. Dr. Dre almost came close. Dr. Dre was 24 hours away, but Tyrese Gibson ruined it for him. That's the real reason that Tyrese is out here spazzing out. Tyrese ruined a lot of his relationships when he botched the deal between Apple Music and Beats by Dre. Because he announced the deal before that shit went public and the ink was dry. And they gave them a third of what they initially wanted to give them. So in there with no college education that's Black because Oprah went to college. Masika. So y'all heifers need to cut it out. In other people's cultures, they have different avenues and opportunities where they might be able to really do something else. In this culture that I'm in, you're going to need some education. That might not translate to a degree. That might translate to trade school or an apprenticeship, or you go in the military. But if you think you just about to walk you into some decent jobs that's gonna put you in a good neighborhood and that's not getting ready to happen. If you think you about to start a business with no capital and bad credit, all your wildest dreams is gonna come true. Them odds is real slim. And guess what? You ain't gonna be no billionaire. You probably muscle you up a bunch of millions. You ain't gonna get no fucking $1 billion. So for any ratchet ass thought to come out here, try to tell somebody, and she Black, trying to tell somebody anything remotely discouraging. First of all, everybody ain't physically worth top dollar. And with these little girls be out here selling, y'all know what I'm talking about. That's why she had to be worth more than $2 a pop. Good. You don't need to do this, that, and the third. Masika dropped out of college because she got a stunt check and went took it and bought. Money on titties, and that's why. So she could, because I ain't finna do that no way. I'm finna, Beyonce and Britney need to have a support group for girls whose parents pimp them out for money. Oh man. 80% of millionaires in America are first generation millionaires. And how many of them are Black and without education? That's the question. The amount of Black people is compared, actually, it's not that big of a distance to wealth. We just got to do the best that we can because we have not generational. Forget who fault it is. It's a whole other conversation. So please share it with everybody else, but just short of you giving somebody else an alternative avenue. Don't be out here discouraging people from doing something that takes years to complete. Years. Shit, I got homework I got to do today. While she running her damn mouth. It's busy. All right. Anything else before I get up off of here? 4 people died at the Waffle House, so I'm gonna look into that real quick. I'm trying not to delve too much into the ultra depressing. That's really just, it's just disturbing and it's sickening. And it's sad. And Waffle House needs some damn security too. Waffle House should have security. Does Waffle House have security? I'm trying to remember. It's been so long since I've been to Atlanta. And this was in Tennessee. They don't have them out here. Look like they ain't never getting one. Oh God, let's see. CNN, New York Times, NBC News, Washington Post, CBS, Chicago Tribune. Which one of these bozos are we trusting for our news today? I just can't click CNN. I just can't do it. Oh God, the New York Times. Okay, New York Times. I'm bracing myself for this. Still, police said my. Okay, that's me correcting. Let me read the improper grammar myself. This was for the New. Take that out. Don't use it. I'm telling you, you got a paper to turn in. If you take the word that is like, if you take it out, your paper, you will sound so much smarter in your paper. Your paper will go from sounding like, yeah, I did my homework to, damn, I sound smart. If you don't use the word that, okay? So here in this sentence, the police said Monday that they had arrested. The police said Monday they had arrested. Okay, we don't need had. We don't need that or had. Who wrote this? Who wrote this? The police said Monday they arrested a suspect. You said it happened on Monday. We don't need that or had. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The police said Monday they arrested a suspect in the killing of 4 people at a Waffle House in Nashville, ending a wide search that had unnerved, ending a wide search. I don't like, first they use that and then they use had and then they put that had together. Don't do that. Don't do it. Even if they would have said ending a wide search that uncovered. I'm sorry. Ending a wide search that uncovered one of the largest cities in the South. Unnerved, one of the largest cities in the South. Okay. That was just unnecessary. So I would just took that entire sentence out. I don't know who's your editor? About 160 law enforcement officials have been involved in the search for the suspect, Travis Ryan King, sounds like 29, who officials said used an AR-15 rifle to carry out a rampage at a restaurant southeast of downtown on Sunday morning. The police said, I'm never going to get through this. When they say we're writing on a 4th grade level so that people understand, I didn't think they meant that the authors are going to have a 4th grade writing level. Oh, never mind. All right. I thought it was getting better, but Monday afternoon, wooded area near the apartment complex where he lived after receiving a tip from a member of the public, bringing an end to a manhunt that has stretched into its 2nd day. Why are you telling me about the backpack and the ammunition? What happened? In addition to the 4 people who were killed, 4 people were wounded in Sunday's shooting. Authorities said there would have been greater bloodshed had a 29-year-old customer not wrestled the rifle away from Mr. Ranking while he was reloaded. Mr. Ranking fled the restaurant after the attack. The police said naked except for a green jacket. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation had added, now this is ridiculous. Had added Mr. Ranking to his top 10 most wanted list, describing him as 6'4" white male with brown hair and brown eyes, who weighs 180 pounds. Mr. Ranking has had other encounters with law enforcement, including arrest near the White House last July, where he crossed a security barrier in the pursuit of a meeting with President Trump. Oh, here we go. Police records show family members expressed concern for his welfare after he exhibited delusional behavior for an extended time, including expressing a belief that the entertainer Taylor Swift was stalking him and hacking his phone and Netflix account. And after his arrest for the White House episode, Mr. Rankin, who lived in Morton, Illinois, was forced to surrender 3 rifles and a handgun to officials in August, just months before he moved to Nashville. After the rampage in Nashville on Sunday, officials could not fully explain how Mr. Rankin regained possession of his what? Y'all not finna play with me. This is why. This is why I don't even, because if you watch the news, they don't tell you the whole story. And if I read the article and catch the bullshit, and now I'm angry. Nobody knows how he got his weapons back from the people who took them. Obviously, they gave them back. What do you mean nobody don't know? The Tazewell County Sheriff Office in Illinois gave the weapons he owned, including the AR-15 he took to the Waffle House on Sunday, to his father. Is this real? Is this really a real story? Does anybody know anybody who got hurt? Is this a real story? Does somebody know somebody who knows somebody? Because I can't take no more of this. Can't take it. Can't fucking take it. I mean, not trying to be on the grammar police. Like, I could see if it was a tweet, but this is the New York Times, and everything that they write, they have an editor going back and reading over it, and probably 2 more editors before that person. Are these supposed to be college graduates? I have no idea what the fuck that is. Goodness gracious. I didn't even know about it till now. Does anybody know anybody involved in that? Because I think I'm about to lose my brain. This is what I'm telling y'all. Now, I just picked that story up right along with you people and read it aloud. This man, these people just told me that somebody went into Waffle House butt naked with a green jacket with an automatic rifle, only shot 4 people, got tackled when he was reloading. Oh, well, I guess he hit 8 people because it's 4 of them wounded. Okay. Got tackled. And he shot, the man tackled the gun, the AR-15, away from the shooter. And then the shooter still gets away, even though you got the AR-15. Let me tell you something. If I'm in Waffle House and I'm sitting here minding my own business, and you know, at Waffle House, you get something creative. That's why people go there. They be craving Waffle House, because you go to Waffle House and you tell Waffle House, look, I want my eggs with cheese on top of my pancakes with chocolate syrup on top. Waffle House will do it. Okay? I'm sitting in Waffle House minding my own business. You walk your ass in here with an AR-15 and I got to wrestle it from you. I'm shooting your ass. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to tell you that right now. You disturb my dinner, cause all this terror and my adrenaline. How in the hell are you running away unscathed? And now I got the AR-15 and you the mass murderer that was running up in here in the middle of me eating my pancakes with eggs and cheese and syrup on top like how I like it. Now, I mean, I don't really eat like that. I'm just saying, like, what if I did, Waffle House would do it. And you telling me the black dude wrestled the gun away from him and ain't pop his ass. And it's live witnesses. I can see if you like, I don't want them to come show up and think I'm the murderer. Oh no, fuck that. We're gonna get to explain it out. We're gonna work it out. I'm gonna explain to the police what happened. But you ain't gonna be able to ask him, Mr. Murderer, you ain't gonna be able to ask him what happened if I didn't tackle the gun away. This is absurdity. I don't believe none of this damn story. So I need somebody to tell me if you know somebody, because this shit is getting more and more ridiculous every day. Then you're going to tell me this is the same person who tried to get in the White House. So you took his guns and gave them to his father. But then in the same breath, you're going to sit here and tell me you don't know how he got them back. Oh, is that what the daddy said when you called and asked him? He said, I don't know. That's very irresponsible police work, wouldn't you say? Waffle House is nasty. That's what Trisha said. Because Waffle House is only to be eaten in the middle of the night when you drunk. Okay. Waffle House is for after the club. You know what I'm saying? Maybe depending on where it's at, maybe a little parking lot pimping. That's what Waffle House is for. Waffle House ain't like, ooh, it's Sunday morning. Get dressed, kids. We're going to Waffle House. No. Waffle House is for damn, it's 3 a.m. Shouty, I'm hungry as a bug. Shout, damn, I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going home, what y'all trying to do? What you talking about? We finna go to Waffle House. Follow us. We got you. Yeah, they said they paying for it, so shit, I guess it ain't that bad. Get me a number 2, 3, and 4. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's nice meeting y'all. Bye, good night. Drop them bitches off and go to bed. That's what that's for. The video is real? Oh, God. Not video. Not video. King Sir said he didn't even shoot him in a pinky toe. Did you at least pinch the bitch? He was never supposed to have access to guns. He was mentally ill. And you didn't give it to the daddy who ain't protecting us from him? The Wakandan hero happened to be Boule. Which Boule, brother? Which one is it? Which Boule is it? Is this the Kappa's work? Is this Kappa Alpha Psi? Is this their handiwork? If you say he a Kappa, then I'm really done. Or do you mean the Boule, the actual Boule fraternity? Waffle House is stank to be damned. Oh, Jay, you driving and reading and typing? I'm waiting on Will to respond to my question. Or am I gonna have to look this up? Look, Winnie want to know too. I can't do no more of that story because between that writing and this madness, but we're gonna find out about this Waffle House hero. I am not a hero. If I could guess, I would say Kappa. Anything else, I would go, okay, well, maybe it's just a happy coincidence. But if he a Kappa, I'm gonna say that got funny business all over it. Let's see. I see I'm going to have to do some in-depth investigations. I don't see that immediately in these pictures. All right, y'all, I'm hungry and TMZ Live is on. And this kid is knocked out and my arm asleep. Oh. Y'all can see how she laying, half on this cushion. Fox. I don't know if you guys have seen Zombies on the Disney Channel, but Disney be trying to be funny. They're integrating this really preppy school with zombies, and the zombies got green hair, and they can rap and dance real good. Fox. We can talk to our remote. Are you freaking kidding me? Y'all better stop bullshitting. Alpha Phi Alpha. Okay. All right. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt then. Not that it's ever worked for me before. I'm a Disney watching fool, okay? I said, you know what? We just going to have to talk about this later because I don't know what else to cut out. We got Disney on Watch and Discuss. I put on the Puzzle Place last night, though, and she was so fascinated. It was an episode where Sinbad was talking to them about bullying. He was like, talk to an adult. They were like, well, Sinbad, that's why I call. Sinbad, you an adult. He was basically like, ask another adult. And if that don't work, then come back and tell me. A really cute episode. Finally home from work. All right, Wayne. I have to order me something for lunch. I want something good, though. Like a good sandwich or something. I don't know if that's worth the delivery. All right, y'all. Anything before I get up off of here? How long we been on here? I said it was going to be a short video. And lied to myself. A big deal. Yeah, over the weekend, Kanye West sent out one tweet. By the way, that picture. So now Candace Owens is on TMZ. I'll tell you, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Lord have mercy, Kelly Clarkson, Ellie Murphy. Y'all can do what y'all want to do, but I know a damn infiltration, honey. When I see one, you watching a PR rollout. Girl, it's a rollout.
Had he voted, he would have voted for Donald Trump. Now, that was also at the time that he was melting down. Right. So a lot of people wondered, is this really his clear-headed thoughts, or was there something wrong with him that was making
All right, y'all.
We haven't really heard anything.
Yeah, no new comments. So I'm going to get on up out of here, and I'll talk to you guys again later soon. Thanks for bearing with me with my technical issues and all that kind of stuff. And I'll holler at y'all soon. All right, peace.
A sort of far-right, sort of Tommy Lahren type of figure, and the reason why he was supporting her is because of a video of her where she had admonished some Black Lives Matter protesters that had come to her